Okay, I don't know if the thing played or not, but all right, we're gonna attempt, perhaps foolishly, to do a Fortnite stream. The game's been behaving quite nicely, but the fight I've been having trying to get this on not fired up could be detrimental. So let's see what happens here. All right. All right. So got the battle pass. So, and I think I'm gonna run the first one and just with Shellhead here. So, so hold on. Get that up there. Look at that. No. Come on. Give me a banner. There we go. And for once, it's not shrinking down. The thing here. So, all right. To fix that glitch. All right. So we need to. We already picked out because we're supposed to gain health or restore. You see the thing. So at Crime City, I guess these 4 qualify as a Crime City. Actually, let's put up. It's gonna change depending on where we're dropping there, but I'm gonna do at least one here as show. Now, I'll show off the battle pass in a minute. First, let's just see if we can just get a run in. Gavel I wrote there. I'm trying to find a proper use for that gavel. By the way, a little note. Anyone who does delivery stuff, one thing possibly worse than a late delivery is an early delivery. There's a reason why people choose certain delivery times. We're supposed to have groceries delivered between 10 and noon. This guy shows up like 9:45. I kind of feel it against my religion to be up at an hour with single digits unless I'm being paid for it. So that's the only reason really we're doing. Plus, we ran the update overnight on this thing, so because I was going to get running last night, but it's got update. Okay, fine. Let it run. Okay. So let's. What kind of happy horse shit we can get into now? It's good that I'm not having to hit play 6 times just to get in here. So this is a hopeful sign. Of course, throwing $200 to the cable company yesterday probably helped a lot too. Yeah. All right. Guess we're going to be straight onto the bus. And, nope. Of course. Try that again. Here we go. Here's the last battle pass. I did not get one victory. I got a couple in OG, but in the main game, nope. What without us? That's I'm usually like at least one. But I think between just the nature of the game, but also just the bad connection problems, I never could get a consistent game enough to get one. So that's one victory umbrella I don't get. Yeah. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, we're gonna do one of those. Okay, please restart. I may have to restart this. Let's just restart this. Okay, the launcher back up. It's on the other screen, so you're not gonna see it. And I know what the problem is. It's certainly had no problem taking my money for another bunch of V-Bucks. What do you mean get? What the? Yeah. All right. Go. Surprise, surprise, my little Bond live stream is still monetized. I got nailed because anytime you get a little ticky about the opening name. Wait for this thing to reload. I'm doing a crash course on the insides and outs of borderline personality disorder. So you only need to have like 5 of the 9 markers to qualify, and she pegs all of them. Just about everything except self harm, but even then you could argue, well, what do you think? Pining for the day she can chop off her tits. That's a desire to self harm. Just wants to subcontract it out to a surgeon. And they all, it's like it's tied to sexual trauma, but it's also, it's like, something, childhood being raised, and something was lacking in the parenting department. But also, I think, what started the whole thing is the whatever happened when she was little, she doesn't want to, she cannot face it. But they've done all kinds of different techniques and training, but, no matter how much they try, she just cannot face whatever the hell it was that happened to her as a little kid. And I've been saying all along for past few years now, this thing's been going on. It's like, that's your nut right there. You want to get better, Indy. You need to deal with that, because that's what started this whole train in the first place. And until that gets at least addressed, it ain't gonna get better. Relationship wise, it's going to be going with going to be the equivalent of riding Space Mountain when the lights go out, and the safety harness suddenly becomes loose. And I say that with all the love in the world, girl, but you're not being treated properly, and I blame this trans insanity because of it. All right, because the second you utter the word trans, it's like everything else is out the window. All right. Well, that's the one they went to, so we'll bookmark it there. And I guess this is part of the rest of the quest here. So, okay. Like I said, we'll do one with Iron Man here. Yes, exactly. I like the class. This said, when Tabor Time was doing the thing of all the. Okay, that's it. I'm sold. So the class is not. Yes, that's it. That's what I want. Because I didn't really go for the one they came out with a while ago with from Age of Ultron. No. Like everyone's building their their armor. I got a helmet back here from the right there. This is the suit I want. Okay. From the comics, from 70s. The only thing I'm is more of a hot rod red and gold on the faceplate, and the rest of the suit accordingly. Problem is how to make the approximation of that suit. I'm thinking some kind of foam under muscular type thing. There we go. Yep, we're on the bus. And gold spandex over it, and obviously the boots will have a boost to them there. So, okay, this is good. It's a little choppy, but hello.
Oh.
I got my hands full. I can let yourself in.
I did. Why do you think you can hear me?
Yeah, I know. It looks choppy on the screen. It looks choppy here too. It's still adjusting here. But at least it's playing. That's the thing.
I feel like hell today. To those who wondered, because I've been gone the last few weeks, I've been sick as hell. Oh, I could offend a lot of people. This would have been so much easier if it was just COVID.
Yeah.
When I get COVID, I'm over it in 10 days. When I get flus, I have a lingering cough and lung issues for weeks to months. Every time. Why couldn't it have just been COVID? I mean... I know that will offend people. I don't care. It would have made things so much easier for me.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Having problems.
Am I a difficult woman to deal with sometimes?
I better go with this one here. If you're talking the whole time, I can't hear you because you're cutting out. Which is probably a me problem.
Oh, I'm sure it's a you problem.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, there we go. Oh, yeah. I need to get some shields.
One thing that probably didn't help me get better was sitting around watching scores of true crime while I was sick.
All right. Somebody is running around here, and I need to take them out before they nail my ass.
Funny, when I say somebody's trying to nail my ass, it has a completely different meaning.
Yeah.
I am terrible, aren't
The
I?
same way that if somebody gets on, it's like I am well and truly fucked. Yes, again, totally different meaning.
I think it's very obvious why I haven't been around lately. If you listen to me right now,
yeah,
I'm pathetic right now.
Oh, and now there's apparently a study coming out that long COVID, it's almost it's vaccine injury. It's not the COVID, it's the fucking vaccines have been pushing.
Some of it, because there are people who never got the shots who had reactions and long side effects. But you're more likely to get them from it.
Yeah, from taking that fucking vaccine.
Because I've had long COVID issues with every bout of COVID, but it was nothing that was any worse than the long symptoms I get from any other illness.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is they act like it was this weird fluke that long COVID is some unique thing to COVID. Most illnesses have long-term side effects.
Yeah.
It's very, very rare you'll get an illness and you're sick for a few days and it's over.
Yeah.
Usually there's some lingering side effects.
Okay, what do we got?
Also, I get to see the gnome in a week.
Yay.
I'm not contagious anymore. I'm just pathetic.
Yeah. It's now the recuperation period. Let's see.
Although I don't think the crashed flight in Canada helped my nerves about him flying.
Not really, no. Although getting the plane to flip over, that takes talent. Yeah, so
Yeah, and that's actually one of the airport hubs he'll be going through.
Actually, flip it over may have saved a lot of people. It didn't blow up quite as big.
Well, the thing is that actually sometimes it's done intentionally to prevent certain parts from hitting.
Well,
that's why they buckle you in when they start to crash, so they can do crazy maneuvers to keep things from going boom.
Yeah.
I know way too much shit about planes over the years.
Yeah, there's a reason why Roddenberry made a point of getting drunk while flying, because I used to fly, so you know how it works. I know what can happen. Okay, I need to go talk to the pickle again. I'm not.
And my husband going, but it's very unlikely that there'll be a crash. It's like, that does not alleviate the paranoid fears of somebody who's worrying about a friend.
Okay, those gold bars I can't pick up. There's gold bars everywhere. Hold on, what the hell?
And the gnome was so helpful in telling me, too. He just sends me the picture of the plane upside down with them pulling people off it. And goes, guess where this is? It's like, fuck. The hell is wrong with you? Why is he laughing about it?
Because he's a psychotic little gnome. That's why. Whoopsie. This is not going well. No.
It's like, I'm just sitting there thinking, I would think you'd be a little nervous about flying from an airport where that just happened.
Okay, someone found a Zapatron. Okay, let's get back up here.
And I am sorry I keep coughing all over the mic. Sorry.
Sure, Mike.
Yeah, but as your stream, it's interrupting.
It's not coming through that bad.
Okay.
The only vaccine I took was a Johnson & Johnson one. That was one that actually had some basis in the virus. It wasn't some experimental mRNA crap.
At least this is only on your channel. If you're gonna get flagged for that shit, which they still do, even though they claim they don't.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting it. I've already had to fight with them for years over that shit.
I'm just happy my Bond stream from yesterday is still monetized. Because they did the intro, and usually they put a claim on it right away. But okay, so oh, Well, that was easy. And how many we got here? 2. All right, let's continue the progress on this one.
And I'm just sitting here trying to go, okay, well, I'm just going to play my game. I had all these things I was going to try to get done before we go on this trip. It ain't going to fucking happen. I've been sick too many weeks. I told the gnome half the gifts I've been making for him are going to end up being mailed later because I've just been too sick. Like, I can't do it. I'm pathetic.
Okay, now let's...
It kind of sucks. I really wanted to do a bunch of stuff for him and do all this, but especially since I know that his carry-on is stuffed full of a bunch of gifts he bought me.
Okay, let's go ahead and... Okay, let's... No, wait, let's back this up here. Yeah. Let's go ahead and give this new chick a try. Okay, where is she?
And one of my friends trying to comfort me about all this flight stuff and going, come on, the likelihood of it happening twice at the same airport that close together is highly unlikely. It's like, my paranoia is not hindered by logic.
No.
Is that a horrible answer?
It's an accurate one. Yeah.
I don't like flying. Yes, I know technically you're less likely to crash flying than you are driving.
Yeah.
But you're less likely to die when you crash driving than to flying.
Yeah, at least driving the car, you know, the plane breaks down mid-trip, you know, the option of getting off the side of the road waiting for AAA to show up. Okay, there we go.
It's also just because driving is I'm in control.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, there's only a few people I've ever let drive me anywhere. Although I do, fuck off. I do have to acknowledge that's happening more now because my tics did get worse with lightning in middle age, and I can't cut me and my husband's hair anymore either.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fun because I've always hi Freaky. I've always done all our own haircuts and all that shit. So it's like it's a little annoying that I just can't do that stuff for myself anymore.
Yeah. I'm gonna find that pickaxe I just picked up.
And me sitting here coughing like a pathetic sack of sick and going, I feel so much better than I have the last few weeks.
Well, at least, you know, it's a start. Okay, I think we can probably dispense with the back bling at this point.
I think it definitely tells people why I've been AWOL.
Hold on, it's just...
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I could send you the link, Freaky. I could have a voice to talk to who isn't trying to play a dumb kiddo game. I don't feel that great. I've been really sick the last few weeks. I'm going to send Freaky the link, though.
Okay, go ahead.
Just try
what would be a good glider for this chick? It's, in lieu of, she's probably got her own waiting for me to claim once I get the points up.
Well, then there was the whole thing with Panther having to go to the vet and getting shown a shame. Which, by the way, we do not know what he did with it. I don't know what he managed to do. This is what we know. We went to bed. He was in here where we set him up safely with this cone of shame. We came out and he'd managed to get the door open. He wasn't in here. We found him in the basement with no cone of shame. We have searched the
Oh, dear.
house over and over and over and over, and we absolutely cannot find it. And
Okay,
every time we start searching for it, he starts stretching his neck out and waving it around, purring. Like, ha, 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 I hid that.
God. Okay, let's see.
Yeah. Someone did not think he was going to wear that cone of shame, did he? He's like, no.
Let's find a slightly less bombastic theme here.
So that gives you a glimpse of the week we've had. While I've been this sick, he's been sick. He's supposed to be coming off his antibiotics now. His eye is doing quite a bit better. He's a good pain in my butt. But yes, I don't think it was necessarily the most healthy thing for my psyche to sit here and watch days of true crime nonstop.
Probably not.
But did I do it while I was sick?
Yeah.
You hear these stories, you're like, the hell? You really start to wonder about how humans can operate.
Yeah, that's nice. That's kind of pleasant. Here, we'll go with that for a while. Oh, I also need to change that. Let's. Yeah, why not?
Oh, Panther.
Yeah.
Someday we're gonna find what you did with the cone of shame.
Mm-hmm.
He just looked at me like, no.
No, you're not. I buried it after I shit on it. There we go. There we go. And
He was so proud of himself hiding that from us.
Let's see, what's the name of this chick again? Cassidy Quinn. Okay, let's get this saved here so I can.
What is it with people I know who have survived horrific crimes are all obsessed with watching true crime? Like it's like we're like reliving it in our own fucked up heads.
Probably their way of dealing with it, facing the trauma and coming out the other end without, Oh wait, hold on. I gotta shit.
Not around me.
I'm not ready to go. Hold on. I gotta plot out what to do here.
He's a good boy.
Ah.
He's a good boy, Panther. Yes, you are. Good boy.
Outside of name locations. Okay.
All right. I'm going to put you back on your seat.
And
I'm going to keep track of the fact that if we ever have to put you in the cone of shame again, we're going to have to make sure you can't open the door and you can't get in the basement. He's like, no, you don't.
Challenge accepted. Yeah.
He acted so pathetic while it was on. He just sit there with his head down, acting like we'd shot him.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're just gonna just. Okay.
And
hold on.
it was almost always with this face that was like, "Look what you've done to me, humans."
Okay, it's just this here. So let's put up here. See what happens. All right.
Like,
All right.
So it's like, I don't know anymore. I am so tired. I've kind of accepted the likelihood is I'm not going to be able to do a lot of the things like zoos and stuff. Because I am still going to be recovering from this.
Right.
And when I get sick, my muscles do as well with my issues.
Yeah.
And I don't think trying to hike around those zoos is a good idea.
Probably not.
So that means I have to take a stack of board games with us and goof around in the hotel with the guys.
Well, there's, see if they got a scooter.
Yeah, about that. Their scooters, they charge you $40 a day for, and they're not ADA compliant.
Jesus.
Which apparently is very standard at a lot of those places. Oh, they'll give you a free wheelchair that's arm powered, which does no good for anyone who's having muscle pain.
Having to push your ass around all the time, yeah.
It's so pathetic. It's so
that's one that kind of keep me going back to, because with our little food benefit, we can get at least reduced entrance to like the Natural History Museum or the zoo or something. But like, well, once I'm there, what the hell am I gonna do?
And so I can technically have a knee scooter, but that takes up a lot of car space, and we're trying to transport 5 people and shit. In a rental car anyways. And I have a large stack of things I have to have for beddings for my spinal issues. So that's just out. And odds are we're going to be sitting around in the hotel when we're not out at the show playing board games. Which is good because I have that whole stack of Lord of the Rings and Princess Bride board games I want to learn how to play. So meanwhile, I am sitting here wearing a dragon necklace because dragon. Dragon. So to those out there seeing a sea, dragon.
Let's see.
Mine.
Okay, this is a new spot.
It's a beautiful spot where I don't think a lot.
You give me back my rifle, you swine.
And mostly, I don't think of girls like you. I don't think of girls like you. I might be demented.
Okay, I'm gonna do this way because I want to see this guy die. Okay, Come on. Turn around, a bunch of little shits like these die really quickly, so I want to see him die. Yeah, especially when they can't get around the corner.
You realize I would be one of the pathetic players if I tried this.
That's it. Blow yourself up. Come on. I dare you. Okay. Let's see what the thermite does. Oh, yeah. It's 2 Cassies in a row you just got there, guy. You like beating up girls? Come on. Misogynist little pig. I hope you blow yourself up there. Come on. Oh, yeah. Look, you just set fire to your exit. Yeah.
Ay. This is why I just sit here and watch. Like, I'm a good girl. I'm just a sweet little angel. I don't know if Freaky's going to join or not, but I had to send him the option to.
Yeah. Okay.
I also have no idea how long I'll actually hang out today.
All right.
Because I'm pathetic still.
Yeah. No, no reason why, because our little Amazon Fresh delivery decided to show up like 15 minutes early. It's like, there's a reason why we pick certain delivery times. It's like, I didn't want to be up at, before 10. Okay. Something's rolling on, checking the phone. Oh, I'll be here in 15 minutes. You asshole. Oh, there's stuff.
Hello, crazy bitch.
I didn't get a chance to pick
Hello.
it up. Okay, let's try over here.
I am pathetic and I'm sick.
And Banzai.
And in a little bit here, I'm going to have to go run some errands and get some supplies for this next weekend.
Okay.
Okay.
Like a spare
Just-
nomad to catch him off guard.
I've got stuff. So, to be clear, Steph, it's next Friday. We're traveling and picking up the gnome.
Ah.
Mhm.
I have 1 week, everything ready, and today is payday, so I will have to do some errands, sick or not, in a little bit here. Again, I am not contagious anymore. I have been sick almost 3 weeks at this point, and the contagious shit's over. I'm just lingering ill.
Just recuperating from the damage now. We're in the mop-up stage.
Mm.
There we go. Casey's pretty.
I'm going to have to hug a gnome, but that's dangerous because I might injure my back bending over.
Okay. Now gotta get out. Whoa. Okay.
You know you guys love me.
Oh yeah. All right.
What would you do without my snarky ass?
Whoops.
Even when you're being exasperating.
Takes one to spot one, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's one thing Steph knows about is being exasperating.
My brain is with, she really just accused me of that?
Mm-hmm.
Steph, sweetie, I love you. You ginormous pain in the ass.
Was that a coconut? Yeah. Don't get it. No. All right. I feel like I'm refereeing a match half the time.
Yeah,
Somebody in the pool?
she thinks that bitch is an insult.
Just a job description at this point.
That's practically your love language, honey.
Whatever. Okay.
I know you're desperately trying to be funny, so I'll try not to insult you. What you said too much.
Yeah.
All right.
You think you're funny. God bless you, you little pain in the ass.
Oh.
All right. Whoopsie.
Am I terrible?
Learn to aim, motherfucker. The crosshairs are your friend. Come on, yeah.
Wasn't yesterday?
All right.
No. Wednesday, I mean.
I am a good girl, and I really want to be. Notice there is a term to that.
Hi. That's, yeah.
It's like, I can be a good girl. I can also be a flaming bitch.
No. Okay. All right. I got that character.
And I do have to go soon to the store because I have literally almost none of my vitamin C left.
Ooh, this looks fun.
Which is what keeps me going when I'm sick.
Ooh.
Yes, you gotta do some gnome prep, we know.
I was thinking I couldn't understand what you said, and then I was thinking, hey, that might be a blessing.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, this is a very nice place.
Bob, why does she walk right into these comments?
I don't know. Her own form of masochism, I guess. I don't know.
I could teach her proper masochism.
Mm-hmm.
Bite me, you two.
Uh-huh.
I don't like food poisoning, sweetie.
How long for the taste of your lips? And even more for the whips there.
You can raise welts like
I know,
nobody
buddy.
else as we dance to the masochism tango.
Ah, a car. Here we go.
God.
Staff,
Oh.
you're surrounded by psychos.
Who grew up on Dr. Demento. Okay. Yeah.
What?
Hmm.
I mean, I can confidently say I was listening to Demento before Rosetta was born. So,
But considering the fact I'm in my 40s and been listening to that stuff my whole life, it doesn't necessarily take that much out of me.
No.
Hey.
That one. All right. Yeah, I can forego the shotgun for a while. That's it. Yeah. Let's play with some thermite. Okay. Now I think. Oh, hi there. Whoopsie.
Bear in mind, Steph, your husband thinks he's clever sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh. No, that's got to go on its own, I guess. Whoop. What the hell? Yes, I'm being shot at by Godzilla. Okay.
Mm.
You little creep. Okay, that's what that baseball bat does. Okay, yeah.
Feel the roar, bitch.
As these prints around with a chug jug. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, there's some goodies in here.
Freaky!
Took long enough.
Sorry, it took me so long. I had to use the restroom.
All right.
You're fine.
Yeah, that's what all the ladies say, but I'm talking about this.
Freaky, don't try right now.
Sorry, I was just trying to make people laugh. Anyways, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. You can make people laugh. Do we need a mirror?
Touche.
Okay, so now we know where the vault is and some of the goodies contained therein.
So right now I am just honestly.
Ooh, there's some big time loot in here.
Is it okay if I can suggest something? Try eat chicken soup and some orange juice. I mean, it helps you a lot.
It's basic, but you know.
I'm eating whatever I can get down right now, and I can't drink orange juice because of the acid. That's why I'm taking vitamin C tablets.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
But you're in the right route. Trust me, I'm pretty good at dealing with being sick.
One is always good for you.
Poor thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good to see you all again. I mean, it's been like a few weeks, hasn't it?
It has been for me. I haven't been on much of anything in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
How sick I've been.
Well, the thing is, I mean, your health comes first and foremost. I mean, you don't have to come on here if you're sick.
I mean, we've done stuff off screen, off the air, but yeah.
Mostly just sitting backstage and commenting how pathetic I am while watching something.
I'm watching Jimmy Carr stuff, yeah.
I might have a possibility of seeing him live.
Well, Jimmy.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing some U.S. touring in summer through fall here.
Oh, that's cool.
And I've been thinking about it because one of his shows is in St. Louis, not far from Fatal.
So it'll be a big old meet up there.
Oh, I miss Fatal. He's so much fun.
Fatal's a sweetie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yes.
Mhm.
I need to talk to my husband a sec here. That just
Oh,
reminded
okay.
me.
Carry on.
Mhm.
I thought he was supposed to send Fatal's gift package I had put together for him, but I don't know if he did. So let me check. You sent Fatal's package, right?
No.
Why?
No. Oh, for what? Nope.
Now I can't.
I set aside enough cash for that. All I need to do is ask.
But it will be mailed today.
No,
Go. You're brilliant.
Notice the gold veins showing up. This, this area would make gold miners just cream their pants instantly. Look at this. Like, you got veins the size of buses. You know.
I just can't believe how this game can just be like still be going after all these freaking years. I haven't played this game in ages.
Well, they keep changing it up. It's
The one thing that bothers me is just that I mean, I know they keep on changing things over and over, but I mean there are some maps I do miss, like that big massive crater.
Well,
Fortnite, the game for children and those who want to shoot them.
Okay, good. That's good. That's good.
or as I like to call, they're shooting very deserving 12-year-olds in the face because. There's something else down there. What the hell?
What I love is when kids are playing these games, getting all cocky, and their parents literally start rooting for them to lose. I've actually seen some of that.
Yeah.
In fact, there's several that were playing these on streams that got caught with their own parents trolling in the chat, wishing for them to lose.
Whoopsie.
Like the parents are just like, "Quit being an asshole, die!"
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Sounds like stuff actually at the time. Doesn't it? What?
I think I'm going to get out of this because the signal keeps on mucking up.
Okay.
Whatever.
And I'll catch y'all later.
All right. Mhm.
Bob doesn't know how to take the signal as shit as an answer.
I'm pretty sure you all heard that better than I did. I only heard from the other room. Okay. Right, what is this? Give me that, and then we'll put that there. Yes, I like having a gun sight. Okay. Okay. It's ooh.
I've been trying to keep my temper because I realized something about myself over the last few weeks. If I don't hold myself back, I will be that vengeful bitch who destroys everyone who insults me.
Mm-hmm.
Hello again, Freaky. Your system crash?
Yeah. Well, actually, it was it's the internet. I mean, the internet's been recently.
The glitching is on Bob's end.
But anyways, yeah, like I said, I mean, if anybody's sick, I mean, don't think you should be obligated to come on. I mean, you should just get yourself better first,
I came on because I'm bored out of my fucking mind.
Oh.
Dedication notice, yes, collaboration with Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's a great game.
I never liked the handling on Mortal Kombat as much. I preferred Street Fighter. It had a crisper reaction.
I like Street Fighter too. In fact, I mean, there's actually quite a lot of old fighting games in the past. I mean, there's Blue Roar, there's Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Capcom, that sort of stuff.
Well, they've had Street Fighter collabs in this game.
I know what I've noticed is I've played both quite a bit as a kid, and the handling was always smoother and easier to deal with my issues for Street Fighter than Mortal Kombat.
Another thing though is that what made me decide to get a Sega instead of a Nintendo is that Sega would have all the fatality and the gory stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Sega didn't have as many errors in their cartridges either.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere near as often would the cartridges have fatal errors and fight with the deer on it and all that shit.
Yeah. Okay. I'm liking the Sub-Zero thing. Oh, and apparently Scorpion will be in the item shop at some point. And apparently his mythic is somewhere in the game and complete with a "get over here."
I still say Bob needs therapy.
This is my therapy.
Wait, your therapy is gutting down children.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Be careful. You know what YouTube's like.
I know. Then again, he's getting me in trouble on several of my streams, and it's his stream, so I'm having fun with that.
There we go. That's a.
I'm terrible, aren't I?
That's a damn good scope. Okay. I'm gonna stick with the Sub-Zero thing for a while here. And I better get the hell out of here. Actually, I didn't notice the storm. Okay. I'm in trouble. Okay. I'm in big trouble. Okay. Oh boy, I need to get above ground and quick. Okay. Shit.
I'm trying to decide when I'm going to leave to take care of my errands today.
Okay, that was lucky. Yeah. Better if I could find a car.
I can't wait to meet Nomi. I can't wait to torment Nomi.
Okay, suppose you can actually get inside the train now.
Does Freaky know when I'm going to be with the gnome?
Excuse me?
I'm going to be meeting up with Nomi.
Nomi?
Lydian.
Oh. That's cool.
On Friday in a week.
Super cool.
I
have so much I have to do to torment him.
Okay, so this is what's inside. Now it's time to get out of here.
So pathetic right now.
Whoops.
Eat a dick, eat a dick, eat a dick, dick, dick.
Oh, Bill. Okay.
Say what? Say what? Stick a penis in your butt. Ay, ay, ay. I will never understand the people who fake claim everyone with ticks or the people who actually do fake ticks. Why would you want people to see you in this way?
I think it's because it's the old Eric Cartman thing. They think, oh, I can say this without getting in trouble over it. I think that's what it is.
I think it's part of it. Also, it's like talk about the oppression Olympics. It's oppression mining. They want to make themselves the victim to get sympathy.
Except for it really, really is not a fun thing to go through. You're constantly having to apologize for your existence just to even be able to go shopping.
Well, I'm not saying it's a well thought out plan.
I will never understand it.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, I mean, some people don't understand how it feels to be you, and that's exactly the problem. They haven't walked through your shoes, and they don't know how it feels to to have it at birth, and you have to say like all those things. But to them, I mean, who hasn't walked through your shoes, that they think it's just a funny thing to do,
And look, don't get me
People
wrong.
are brought to be.
Go ahead, Bob. Maybe.
Or just dissatisfied.
Wow, he's choppy.
Let me get out of this here.
The thing is, it really.
Pick up later. But
the last idiot that showed up in Drew's video really made me laugh because he's like, she's not Tourette, she's just liberal. It's like, no, Peaches, no.
No.
As literally, they cannot accept that people can be different. It's like the thing is that those kinds of people are a lot more common than you think. That you're always dealing with people who want to fake claim, call you. Look, my dad dealt with people doing that shit with him with muscular dystrophy. He'd be standing there in canes, and they would call him a lazy native trying to get handouts.
Some people just want power, and that's it. Well, they control everybody.
Like I said, we just out there, they're dissatisfied with what they are, and it's been to the point where it's like they didn't even your biology. Oh, it's all about.
Poor Bob, his internet sucks.
Yeah, poor thing.
It should settle in a little bit.
But it's like, what do people think you're going to gain if you fake this kind of shit? I really want to know.
Pardon my French, but shits and giggles, that's it.
I think of the story that a couple of the stories that Anita tells about what she went through with ticks. And I thank God Almighty she left her ex. The guy who thought it would be funny to not tell his parents she had Tourette's and try to get her to not tick around him.
Jeez.
Which led to her suppressing to the point where she started screaming really bad things in the parking lot because she was in duress from trying to hold him back.
Yeah. Like, it's got to come out at some point.
Apparently, what she screamed at full volume in the middle of a parking lot. I'm putting in private chat because I can't say it without getting your channel in trouble.
Oh dear. Yeah, that would be a problem.
People don't know suppressing sucks. It's not just that you kind of sit there and struggle a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Suppressing is physically painful, and that's it. I don't think most people understand. And it has helped my health so much to stop suppressing constantly, which unfortunately means you guys are going to have a more ticky girl to deal with for the rest of the time. Because I'm not going back to suppressing. It hurt like hell, and it doesn't make sense. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just done that way. And you always run into these people who go, well, I've known somebody with this condition and they had reactions this way. So that's what it is. It's like, we're not all the same, you dumb fuck. And somebody please explain to me why people act like everybody with a certain medical condition is the same as everyone else with it.
We also tend to just, want simple answers to not so simple questions,
Or as Jimmy Carr said it, people with Tourette's. What makes them tick?
Oh,
God.
Oh.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Okay. That's a killer. That's a good one. With respect, of course.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't.
Why? I repeated it because it makes me giggle.
I'm sorry. Oh. Okay.
That's the thing is most of us with tics, we've learned to laugh at them because it's better than the alternative. Would you rather laugh or cry, right?
It's kind of, why are the Jews such a funny people? After all they've been through. Again, you either laugh or you just spend all day curled up in the corner.
That was a good one. In fact, wait a second. If I remember correctly, I remember years ago when the BBC made like I'll tell you in a second, a documentary about tics. You might be able to find it if you're interested.
The other thing people don't understand a lot of the time that I've been trying to explain to people is there's differences, yes, between autistic stims versus tics, but both can be involuntary. Stims can also be intentional. It can be something you do to help alleviate stress, but most stims are a subconscious thing that you're doing without realizing it. And they are habitual and they are not fully controlled. And so there's a lot of people who've had issues who are clinically diagnosed with both, who sometimes have issues telling which one they're doing. And it's not simple. People oversimplify things, but that's the thing is most issues are not simple. The reason phrases like you've met one autistic person exist. We're not monolithic because we have conditions or neurotypes or other stuff. That's the thing is Tourette's is technically in what's considered neurotypes. Which means that it's just the brain processes differently. And it's in the spectrum of conditions. And that makes it a whole other thing. Because, well, it's a disability. It's also just the way our brain operates.
So it's that variation of my usual thing. Like we're all made with the same blueprints. We're all handmade one-offs. We're all one-off prototypes, really. Okay, we're all got little quirks that look good on paper, but where there was a typo.
I'm watching these native humor videos the other day, and one of them, you remember me talking about being a tribal auntie and how we're basically considered the mean, in-your-face bitches like a black mama?
Yeah. Mhm.
And I'm watching one of the videos, and it's very much a res guy doing this. And he looks over and goes,
Mhm.
"Hey, bro, better look both ways before you cross an auntie." And I'm just sitting there going, "Damn it, I need T-shirts with that."
Yeah.
It's like, boom. But I'm watching these, and I'm laughing my ass off. And one of them is when the hot, beautiful girl asks you for a native name.
Mhm.
And it's this pudgy little redheaded Celtic girl going, "Hey, Mr. Indigenous guy," and him going, "You came to me and asked me so beautifully, so nicely, and flirting the whole way through it." When she starts to walk off, going, "She's gonna be my future wife."
The thing about that book waiting for across the night, I think it's too bad we didn't have something like the Green Cross Code man over here, because you could have run with that.
It's like I'm trying to tell people, you're tribal. They tell you this is why I went ballistic at the little black girls trying to throw auntie at me like they're gonna sick them on me. It's like the way they were using it is done as a slur to mock tribal culture, and it's something that a lot of people do who've been around the reses and know the auntie thing.
Yeah.
And it's like it can absolutely be a slur when being used by people of other cultures to basically dismiss a culture or tell somebody your child that's family needs to be responsible for you. And like, so there's context. Yes, to most people, I'm going to tell your auntie would not sound like it's trying to be slurring or disrespectful. Just sounds like they're being immature with their insult back.
It's kind of a warning. Hell's about to come your way.
But there's a group of videos that are if horror movies happened on the res, and all of them, like, this guy's sitting here on the counter explaining to this different horror monsters, I wouldn't go in there, bro. My auntie's pissed. She just lost her housing. And stuff like that. I'm just sitting here laughing my ass off. Dude, she'll fuck you up. I had this uncle who crossed her once. He walks with a lip. That's the whole bit. It's like, yeah. You don't cross a tribal auntie. It's like there's certain things that run true. No mothers are better at working that guilt than a Jewish mother. Hell hath no fury like a pissed off black mama. And if you cross a tribal auntie, you may as well just cripple yourself, bro. I mean, and what is it when I talk about this shit? I actually start falling into a res accent.
It's kind of, you fuck with one, you fuck with the entire trailer park, eh? You know.
Respect, man.
Yeah.
And it is. I talk about this stuff, and I start falling into res accents, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't technically live on the res. I lived really, really close. I did technically live on the res.
Yeah. Actually, it sounds a little Canadian, you know, kind of.
No.
Just you're kind of just a touch of Canadian there.
No.
A little Canuck.
It's not the Canuck. It's not the don't you know. It's thicker. It's a little closer to Hispanic.
I'm not thinking. I'm just thinking just sound wise, you know.
Yeah, I'm saying the part of why it's not quite as thick on me right now is because my throat's so sick.
Yeah.
But, yo, bro.
So like it's kind of the NAFTA of accent search. You got your Chicano and your Canuck in the mix.
Really doesn't sound Canuck in person. If you're hearing that, that's your connection.
Well, yeah, that's about what I can latch onto as a handle.
It's like a little more. If you want to get a good res accent, it's almost like you take a little bit of that Hispanic and you mix it a little bit with that inner city black. But you slow it down and you kind of make it walk with the wind, brother. And there you go. And it's a little bit of everything. But no, it's you better look both ways before you cross an auntie. It's like, fuck.
Okay, so basically Graham Greene and Thunderheart is doing that. Yeah.
Graham Greene and Thunderheart with a little bit of that gangbanger voice.
Yeah,
There you go.
there I go. Yeah, you had a vision. Man dies of old age. I mean, you're in India for 2 fucking weeks and you have a fucking vision.
You gotta realize a lot of the people that are native love Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
First of all, he's one of those that there's really is believed to be native in his family lineage.
He made the effort. Yeah.
But they can't prove much because there's such broken records on his family.
Yeah.
But he's got the features and he's very seems to be tied and in tune with the people, you know?
Yeah.
So he's one of those that we've got no evidence, but basically multiple tribes have adopted in and given him honorary stuff. So
yeah.
We don't care if he is or not at this point. He's one of us.
Yeah, you're good enough, bro. Yeah.
And that's the thing with the whole Buffy thing is it's like all these people go, well, our birth records, it's like they do realize birth records were commonly faked with the kids that were adopted in that era. They wouldn't change them to match the adopted parents quite often.
Yeah.
This one doesn't sit right with me because she does not look just Italian. She's got very, very native features.
Yeah, it's like I'm just thinking, why? What's the point? I mean, you know.
And she's literally been doing stuff as told she's a native chick and taken in by a native family since she was a child.
She says something nasty about, God.
It's like, even if she isn't, she was raised to believe she was by natives. So can we just accept that even if she biologically isn't, she is?
I mean, she said something nasty about Trudeau last week, or what the hell about this on? Yeah,
it's been apparently going on for a bit here, where some people have been going after her, and it's like I don't get it at all. They're literally saying because she's listed as being the daughter of this couple that's a mix of different European, and it's like, okay, but they faked a lot of birth records back then, especially in the adoptions.
Yeah,
that's not proof. Her own family has said she was the kid that was taken from them. That to me is a lot bigger proof.
Yeah.
And it's like look at what happened with John Two Hawks. It's the same thing. It's like all this evidence, the tribe has accepted him as one of them, but he's still fake claimed and badmouthed constantly. They sell his stuff at Crazy Horse. The tribe has accepted he's got documentation enough to prove he's native.
Yeah.
But the government and other people keep trying to fake claim him and destroy his work. It's like it's some of the weirdest shit. It really is.
Yeah, it's a mess. Yeah.
But I don't, usually I'm all in. Let's go after them. But in this one, even a lot of the people who are the ones who are going after the fakes a lot of the time and say things like, don't pull a Warren and stuff like that, are out there going, she was raised in our culture. She's been told she's been one of us since she's a child. Even if she isn't, why are we going after her?
Yeah.
Even if she isn't, that's not her doing. And it's like, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, what do we got here?
But as my mom said, they've been going after her whole career. Every time she spoke out for what's being done to natives, they've gone after her. She's been censored, shut down, blocked, abused, other stuff. People going, she's doing this to profit off it or to make things better for herself. It's like, this has never made life better for her. If you look at her record, every time she tries to speak for native issues and defend natives, she has been put through horrible shit. She's not benefiting from this.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't see this as doing something like that, I'm not going to say there aren't fakes. Oh, God, there are.
Yeah.
But
I
don't see it as this. But I swear these native humor videos, I could sit and watch them for hours and hours. But I can't get that line out of my head ever since I saw it a few days ago.
Mm.
Better look both ways before you cross an auntie. It's like, that is so native, it's not even funny.
Mm-hmm.
It is so native.
Mm.
And I'm telling people in my family, and they're all going, hell yeah. It's like, we know.
Mm.
We know.
Let's see.
I do find it funny that when I talk about native stuff, I can't help but start falling into the accent. It does it every time, and then not trying to, and then I start to laugh at myself.
It's the kind of it's a kind of action you just fall into and you just can't get out of, man. It's like, you know, my dad is falling and he can't get up.
What's funny is on the res, I will
God damn it!
Talking and arguing with people, and one of the accents I fall into a lot when I'm doing stuff is because of what I learned to read with. So I will be sitting on the res talking like I'm in a Shakespearean play.
Yeah.
And then I'll go to polite society and my res accent pops up and it's like, fucking make up your mind at the right time. And like res accent on the res, Shakespearean and polite society. Can I please get it that way? It would make a lot more sense, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
No, my brain goes, hey, you need to talk like you're on the res now.
Oops.
But I'm not. I know, but it's going to confuse people. It does crack me up. I got to admit it. And I've had a few times I fall into the res accent on streams and I get the messages from people going, you're faking that. It's like, no. No. I can't fake accents to save my fucking life. No.
There's something they adopt them quick enough, but you know.
Well, the thing is, accents are a type of tick too, so they're extremely unintentional for a lot of people with Tourette's. But it's like, why would I do this in the places where I do this? Why would I be sitting there in Best Buy in the middle of a white city talking like I'm on the res? It's like, that doesn't help me. Sometimes it cracks up other people in the store, but But I swear, I could spend so much of my time watching these res humor videos. And I am going to have to play a few of them for you because, oh my God. I got very addicted to them. I started sending them to my mom and she's laughing her ass off going, I feel like I'm in my childhood. It's like, I know, eh? I think because it is a hell of a ghetto. It's more ghetto than anything in the cities. It is very redneck. I mean, there's elements of all of it. You got a little bit of that white redneck, that Hispanic, that ghetto in it. It is the weirdest accent. But yeah. Hear Ree going, you really want to know why Indians wear sunglasses? It's to make you white people look green.
Oh boy.
I mean,
Hold on.
He's got a point, right?
Yeah, let's see. Let's throw this up here.
Philosopher. I coalesced the vapor of human experience into a viable and logical.
Oh, a bullshit artist.
There's a word like cheese. What's the origin of the word?
Cheese came from the first man who discovered cheese. He looked into a big barrel, see, of souring milk that was souring, and he sniffed it and he went, cheese.
I've heard that you're married to the most beautiful woman in the world. Is that true, Mr. Brooks?
No, I'm married to Anne Bancroft.
Oh, shit, don't bitch. Sweet Georgie Brown. Tajca, wusa, Polish wusa. Sweet Georgie Brown.
The Lord Jehovah has given unto you these 15.
Oh, jeez.
10 commandments. We've got to protect our phony baloney job, gentlemen. We must do something about this immediately. Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
If the governor, harumph.
You watch your ass. I take your little thing, see? I put it into this little hole here and nip the tip.
Dressed up like $1 million trooper.
Mel did not like this bit. He did not get this
Mighty
bit.
hard to look like Gary Cooper.
I'd also like to thank Gene Wilder. Thank you very much.
I don't think that there's any man anywhere who's like you. I love you, Mel.
Pause that. That one gets to you when you understand their history.
Yeah.
And Mel Brooks literally is the one who pushed him out of his shell and its fears and anxieties.
Yeah, it's only 2 seconds.
That one actually is an emotional moment.
Yeah. No, and actually, it's like that whole song and dance routine in Young Frankenstein. Mel didn't want to do it. It's like, I don't get it. What the but because Gene was so passionate, no, I've got it. Okay, it's in. What? That's it. You made me go. I wanted to make sure if you believe that much. Okay, we'll do it.
Well, the thing is, they both pushed each other to do things the other one never understood or got.
Yeah.
But they were both brilliant in the things they pushed each other into.
Yeah. And I kind of wonder if Mel ever saw Son of Frankenstein, because most of the plot is just basically lifted straight from Son of Frankenstein. Beat for beat, the whole thing. It's like when.
I mean, based on the comments
that
Mel made, he was not a big horror fan.
Yeah. So he probably never saw it, but that thing's the scene in the original movie of Basil Rathbone where he's presenting the creature and making him walk to heel to toe and that stuff. It's just kind of like extension. It's all a dog and pony show, so okay, make it a song and dance number.
I don't think that movie would have made it without both of their brilliance being used in the ways it was. And the thing is, it did not go over well the first attempt they did. The first airing, the first screening, bombed.
Yeah.
And they had to completely recut it and rearrange the scenes.
Well, that's why they do test screenings,
It was literally, we're sorry we made that and made you watch it. We'll be back in a few months.
Yeah.
They cut a bunch out. They completely rearranged a bunch. They reshot several scenes, came back, and it was loved.
Yeah.
It was like...
you ever been to a test screening?
No. We don't really have them around where I'm at.
Because one of the things they do is, you get to see the movie, but, you come, and they'll give you, note cards.
I'm back.
And they'll ask, and you fill out things about certain questions. What did you like about the movie? What didn't work? What, so they go, okay. And that's how they know, okay, they didn't like this scene. They thought this one on too long.
I know how it's done. I've just never been to them, really.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Which movie are we talking about?
Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein's first test screening bombed.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah,
I do too. It's one
Just
of my
ran a clip.
favorites. I'm very much a Mel Brooks nut.
That's
But yeah,
okay.
that movie, the first screening bomb, they had to cut whole scenes, rearrange it, and refilm some scenes.
Yeah, I just came across a clip, a bunch of Mel Brooks stuff on Twitter.
And it went from literally people booing in the first screening to people standing up cheering.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's that is a case of a movie being fixed in the editing process.
Yeah, that's why you do test screenings.
That's why you do test screenings.
They
That's why
also
it's so
said the
frustrating
original.
with Starts Motion Picture because you couldn't do a test screening.
They also said the original cut was almost 3 hours, and people said it was slow and boring.
Of Young Frankenstein?
Yes.
Really? Oh, I can't imagine that.
Comedy should not be that long.
90 minutes. 90 minutes is the standard runtime for just about any comedy.
Yeah. Comedy should be compressed, not padded. Okay.
That's basically what it was. Is the studio kept adding extra stuff and it didn't work, and finally he went, "No, let's cut it all out and go back to the raw comedy."
I'm full of stuff. Yeah.
I'm full. I've just had my bagel and cream cheese and my cup of coffee, so I might be caffeinated. I might be a little bit more animated.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I'm sick as a dog still.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Much.
Oh, good news. We won that trivia last night. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah.
And you never guessed what the final question was: double or nothing. You get to double your score for the entire night, or if you get it wrong,
you lose everything. Yeah.
You lose everything. You'll never guess what the question was.
Something on Bond?
No, better. The category is, they literally said the category is Trekkie TV.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, God.
On the series,
just hand over the prize now.
Basically, if they asked out of any of us here, they're totally boned.
It was on the series, and the very nice lady was running it. She's read it very earnestly, though. Just like on the series Star Trek: The Next Generation, what was the name of Mr. Data's cat? I was like, oh God, you just gift wrap this with a nice bow on it for me.
Yes, Spot, all of them.
Spot.
I mean,
every kind he got was in Spot.
That's one of those basic questions for any Trekkie.
And I think they're going to be clever. Oh no, don't get this.
I say, my brother Dave doesn't know anything about Star Trek. Are you sure? I'm like, come on, Dave. This is me we're talking about. Come on. Mr. Data, he goes, and tell Spot he is a good cat and a pretty cat. I will feed him. Dear God, you're gay, Data.
Yeah.
Okay, so we won a $30 gift card to the restaurant for next week. So
there we go. Surprisingly, the stream from yesterday is still monetized. Normally, after I run that Bond intro, it's like immediately,
Is that Panther behind you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hi, Panther.
And somehow he has managed to lose the cone of shame, and he,
Well, he was supposed to be having it off by now, anyways, but he ended up at the emergency vet last weekend.
Yeah.
Basically, he got a little nick from ornery in his eye that got infected.
Oh, that always
and his smug little shit lost it. Got out of the cone.
He did not lose it. He managed to get out of the closed room, get himself into the basement, take off the cone of shame, and hide it.
It always, it's so heartbreaking for me whenever I see the cone of shame. I'm like, oh.
He would not wear it, and he's hid it, and we can't find it.
Yeah.
Smart kitty.
Too smart for his own good.
So typically, we actually, you know what, you were talking about test screenings. We actually we're talking about test screenings years ago on the old podcast I used to have, Reality Wasted.
Yeah.
Typically, what they do now is you go, if you're at an amusement park. Let's just say Disney World, just because let's just for purposes.
Just call it,
Just make it easier. If you're in Disney World, you'll see advertised free movie 3:00, and that's typically a test screening. And so a lot of times what they do is they skew it, not skewed towards the audience, but the audience is sort of a little bit more favorable because they're in a very kind of a good atmosphere. They're hopped up on sugar, the kids or whatever it is, and so the test screenings aren't always accurate now. But the other thing is it's typically shopping malls are another typical location. I've only been a part of a test screening once. That was for a sitcom, and they actually through the cable system they let me watch a show. It was a show with with actually Hallie Todd. She was on Next Generation as Lal,
Yeah.
Data's daughter. She
Yeah.
was on. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And I didn't mince words, guys. This is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think? I didn't think it was funny. Why not? I said because the premise. They're all going to California to work on a candid camera show. The premise is not believable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they're all working in a law office, or if they were all working for somewhere else, or something, just being paper pushers or whatever, might be better. But hey, guys, it only lasted one season.
Yeah. Somehow we got on the list. It's like I got several. A few going down to this hotel down the south side of town, like way in the tech center.
Panther.
Got to see the room and they've set up and watch pilot.
Why did you just attack me?
Mid screen a pilot or something. Usually sitcom, but occasionally dramatic.
What are you doing, cat?
I thought it was okay. I mean, there was something.
Okay, this cat is being weird, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's being weird.
And they were using the sets from All in the Family. I recognize that.
It was called Going Places. That was the title. It was under a different title when they screened it.
Yeah.
They changed the title to Going Places with the kid from Ferris Bueller and some other guy in there. And Heather Locklear was on one episode.
Oh, okay.
And Hallie Todd. So yeah.
I think I remember, was that an ABC show?
Yeah, it was ABC Friday night show.
Yeah, Jennifer Grey was on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was actually. I think Jennifer Grey is playing herself, and it was after the nose job, so there was jokes about that. It's like hey, weren't you?
Hey, you look different. I can't quite figure out why.
I can't quite put my finger on it.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah. What?
I get to torture a gnome soon.
A gnome?
What?
Lydian.
Can you get me a steak real quick?
Oh, pardon me.
Mochas, because those ones are cold.
Yeah.
I meet up with Lydian next Friday for a few days.
Oh, cool. Actually, we had a questioning: is which one of these states does not border British Columbia? It was like Idaho, Washington, and North Dakota. I'm like, well, duh, North Dakota. That's the furthest east.
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah, my brother Dave tries to run trivia nights at different places, but he's more. He doesn't know how to write good questions. So it's like, what state has the most this? I'm like, that's not a trivia question. That's a statistic.
Okay, here's the reason why I quit writing trivias. I have a tendency to really, really autistically hyper focus.
Mm-hmm.
Special interest stumping.
Yeah.
And when I write quizzes, I did this a while back because there's all these different bands, all these different artists I like and stuff. I go, okay, well, I'll write a quiz. Write one on Bon Jovi because I grew up liking Jersey Boy Rockers, right? Nobody succeeded in this quiz.
Yeah, I mean that's
nobody. And I thought I was making it easier than I wanted to write it.
I mean, there's the guy I talked to, the guy who used to run the quiz where I used to go every Tuesday. He said to me when he was writing the quiz, there's ways to do that kind of highly because that's actually difficult to do. Believe it or not, is to write a quiz with one sort of focus, like local history or whatever, and you have to make it like, okay, what's the oldest church in the state? Okay, that's too difficult. I mean, how many churches there are in your state? And all of a sudden, unless you go looking specifically for that bit of information,
I thought I had avoided all the really ridiculous ones like that. I thought I'd gone to other stuff that was a little more known of his.
Mm-hmm.
Ew. Known to me is not known to other people.
Yeah, I mean, but he said what you do is you say, oh, this is like you say like Saint Patrick's of Wallingford is the oldest church in the state. What denomination is it? Like, oh, okay, so that sort of brings it down.
I tried
know,
to
I
simplify.
know.
I tried so hard. I
don't-
failed so bad.
I know. It's like you said, it's not an easy thing to do. I'm not very good at it either. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do, and it's commendable that you and no, and it's
Tried.
yeah, it's commendable that you did give it a shot. I'm like, there are ways to do it. I'm like, I haven't found them yet, but
I think it's really hard to beat your own special interests and info dumping autistically. What your brain says, oh, that's base information about that person. Everyone else is going, well, how the fuck did you I did a quiz on Bon Jovi and I'm asking stuff about the song that he wrote about his murdered goddaughter and stuff like that. It's like, which wasn't even on his band's albums. It was on his solo album.
Yeah, that's kind of that's going into the weeds there.
But it wasn't, to me, that wasn't weeds. That was a major episode of Unsolved Mysteries. It was a big public thing. So it's like, that should be knowledge, right?
I think most Bon Jovi fans don't watch Inside Unsolved Mysteries, though.
Oh, yes, they do.
Writing trivia questions.
They do. Oh, yes, they do.
I always have to remember if I'm writing trivia questions with somebody, it's like, okay, it's not me playing against them. It's they're playing against each other. I'm just putting the information out there. That's the way I approach it.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it's like, I thought that would have been an easy one for most people to get.
Yeah.
Something in my brain said, oh, that's easy. They'll get it. Nobody, not a single person got a single part of that set of questions. And I'm just, they're going, I'm sorry.
No, I've gone through Star Trek trivia books and just corrected them again. No, that's wrong. Like, that's not how that's spelled. What the hell, that's the wrong planet.
I have a giant hardbound book with a whole bunch of the behind the scenes stuff and everything from Young Frankenstein. So it's like I'm a nerd, and I try to remember people are not as nerdy as me. I am the special interest nerdy side of autism.
Yeah.
Fuck off! It's hilarious to me because I write these things out and I'm like going, yeah, this will go easy. This will be easy. Oh, yo, bro, it's easy. No, it's not. Oh, fuck, no, it's not. And so I was telling Bob about this. I was watching a bunch of videos on native humor the other night, and one of them he looks over and goes, "Yo, bro, better look both ways before you cross an auntie." And I'm just sitting there going, most people would not get that. If you don't know native culture, a native auntie is the equivalent of a pissed off black mama. You don't cross them. Speaking as a native auntie. Anyway.
It's kind of the premise of it takes a village type thing. No, but.
Brother. So, okay. Oh boy. So test screenings.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I turned like because they never got a test screening for Star Trek Motion Picture, which was rather frustrating to Bob Weiss. He's never done it without a test screening to find where they need to tweak it.
Now I don't know if you probably know this, and I actually asked Robert Meyer Burnett, the resident Star Trek expert. It says, I remember seeing on Entertainment Tonight. This is years and years and years and years ago when they were making Wrath of Khan.
Yeah,
there were two endings. There were two endings that they screened, and
they originally screened it with just torpedo goes off and they sail off of the sunset. Thing is, the audience left like they were leaving a funeral, which they kind of were.
Yeah,
and there was. If we want to get any repeat business, we got to do something here. So we got to give them a little glimmer of hope if we want to get people coming back over and over again here, because they're going to see it once and that's it, and the franchise dies with this film. So that's when they went back and showing Spock's photon tube amongst the greenery, showing hey, it's soft landed, and given the nature of this place, and also with Nimoy doing that because that was kind of an ad lib on the set. He ran it by Meyer with I'm gonna before I go, I'm gonna lay this mind melts and remember there's something to hang your hat on. We'll figure it out later. And when he tells the decals, you're coming back, aren't you, son of a bitch?
Well, I was God.
Because originally it was going to be Spock to be dead, and that's it. He can move on with his life. But it's like he's having too much fun. I don't necessarily want to do this. So the end one. So okay, we'll do something. So you have a little dangling carrot we can play with later.
Genesis is forbidden planet.
It's not that forbidden.
Yeah. So and he said, and he actually came up empty on that. He goes, no, he said he didn't know a whole lot about it.
Yeah.
But typically they do that. They screen multiple endings, see which one works.
Yeah. Meyer still did, no, because they did it behind his back. He didn't know. Yeah. Hey, I didn't put that in there.
Yeah. So
I don't think he got to the point of threatening to take his name off it, but he was pissed.
Yeah.
And he still doesn't like it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to do a live stream sometime this weekend about the whole James Bond thing.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to put together my Captain America review, which is slow going because I have to get screen grabs for the parts I'm narrating.
Yeah,
and it's just very tedious.
But I think it's like the plot, but starts a motion picture. I think that's why I think I started something with saying that was the longest test screening in motion picture history. Because it took until about 2002 before they did that first director's edition.
I never.
That's when they went, because it was always in Robert Weiss's contract that he would get final cut.
Yeah,
he never got his final cut. So when they came to him for okay, want to do extras? I want my final cut. It's in my contract. They all play. Oh, we got a chance to finish. No, it's in my damn contract. You want to do this thing? We're doing the final cut. And then suddenly, because he would not talk about that movie for years, it was always the one sticking point, the one he couldn't finish, and they wouldn't let him. So like now now he's singing like a songbird on the extras on that
one. I said about how in my review that of Captain America: Brave New World. Isaiah Bradley is in this movie just because for one reason alone, to make you feel guilty about liking Steve Rogers. That, and to me, that's the only purpose that character ever served.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you like, well, we can't go back and make make someone before Steve Rogers because he was specifically part of the super soldier program to fight the Germans rather.
Yeah.
The Germans. So, but we can make someone else Captain America for the Korean War and then imprison him for 30 years. Yeah, so take that, all you Marvel fans.
And there was a Cap in the 1950s.
Yeah,
and they accounted for him. It's like there was God.
It's
like I said, in one of the critics, like they know the vocabulary of Marvel, they don't know the syntax.
Sorry about that. I'm just gonna go. I'll finish. I'll see you guys later. Okay.
All right. Yeah,
hey, I never met you, but nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Take care.
But they tend to take things wrong. Okay, it's like it's the same thing with Star Trek. You have people who know the language of Star Trek. They don't know the phrasing. They don't know the language. They're not native speakers.
Like Spock said about the whales. We know the vocabulary, but not the language.
Yeah,
we'd be responding in gibberish.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that was kind of how Spock approached learning colorful metaphors too.
Yeah, they're not the hell your whales.
they're not the hell your whales.
He didn't know how to speak that way. It was very contrary to his entire way of being. But he was trying to blend in, so he was learning colorful metaphors. I could have been an excellent teacher for that. I mean,
Spock. Remember when I told you about the colorful metaphors? Yeah. Maybe you shouldn't use them. Why the hell not?
Yeah, we'll get the hang of it.
The hell I am.
But even Kirk wasn't necessarily that adept at it. I said the double dumbass on you. What?
Double dumbass on you. No dipshit, lady. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw that movie in Liverpool. Rare for a convention. Again, I still don't count myself as actually having visited Liverpool, because all I saw was the really the train station, the hotel where the convention was, the hotel we stayed at,
Yeah.
and this movie we didn't.
Well,
And
yeah,
again, for a Beatles fan like me to have not seen anything other than that, it's like I have not visited Liverpool yet. Okay.
I was I got off the train to Lime Street Station. Walked around for a little while. I was on a bus tour of all the sites, and then they passed the cavern, and I just jumped. I leapt off. I just screw the 12 pounds. I don't care.
I see. This is where Bob knows I say things that piss people off, but they're actually factual when I do it correctly.
Okay.
Like because he brought up the Beatles stuff.
Yeah.
I will sit there and tell people flat out, yes, the Beatles did do a lot for music. They are, however, treated in a way where they are overrated because they're given credit for things that they didn't do because they were the biggest name doing it at the time.
They were the first ones recognized for you. But,
yeah.
And I'm not that's not bashing the band. That's not saying they weren't amazing. That's not saying they didn't help set new trends in music or stuff, but they're given credit for things that they didn't necessarily earn either.
Well,
and that's a very big issue with most music.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I always like to point to is that in the brief history of rock and roll music from 1954 through up to 1967, at that time, they had taken a musical genre, which was just teen dance music, and had and then this is musicologist. There was a I can't remember what the man's name was.
Yeah.
But he said it marked the period where it stopped being dance music and became music to be listened to.
Yeah.
That was their most important contribution.
Yeah, like I can acknowledge. I will very much acknowledge.
Yeah.
And again, all of these are not artists that I dislike or don't love what they did. Yeah. But I can sit here and acknowledge with Beatles, Elvis, Zeppelin, Metallica, all of them are given credit beyond what they actually did.
Yeah.
That does not mean they weren't good bands. It does not mean that they did not help create the trends that became rock and metal. But it means there's a lot of things they're credited for that actually was taken from other bands.
Yeah.
Before them.
Well, like when I got iHeartRadio fired up, which it hasn't been a while, but I got one of the channels I use is Cilla Black.
Oh yeah.
I can
and
say
that
the same.
channel, it's like you hear all kinds of British acts, pop. You will not hear a Beatles song anywhere on there unless it's written by them, come by somebody else.
It goes to the same issue now with modern music. Even you see the same thing in a lot of the symphonic music where everything's credited to like Evanescence and Nightwish and them. And look, I love the bands, but they didn't do most of it, and they weren't the first bands to do most of it.
Yeah,
and it's like once you're a big name, you get credited for things that smaller people were doing before you.
Yeah.
And it is an issue in the music industry overall. And that's where I think I have the biggest issue with this. I don't begrudge success at all. I hate the people who hate on people because they're popular. I hate on people who hate on people because they're not popular.
Yeah.
If an artist is good, an artist is good. Fucking period.
Yeah.
But
you're a better person than I would, because I'll badmouth up and down like you motherfucker. Talent motherfucker.
Well, there's a difference between having a problem with you don't think that they're talented versus you hate them because they're successful or not successful, which is the issue with the trendsetters and the anti-trendsetters. We all have different tastes. We're all going to find bands that we don't like. That's going to be natural.
Well, it's like this one guy. I remember a guy in college. He thought Genesis went to hell when they hired Steve Perry. It's like nobody heard of Journey before they hired Steve Perry.
Let's see if my thing works here. Oh, here we go.
But that's the way it is. Hello.
They were still just a relic of Santana's backup act.
So I sit there and I talk about this because rock and metal are very much credited as supposedly being black music, even though even the stuff we know came from black music was lifted largely from Celtic hymns and religious music. But also a lot of what founded soul music and rock and metal came from native music. And even a lot of the stuff the black community was credited for, they were learning from native musicians. And a lot of the original rockers and soul singers were native or part native.
We'll have to screen that movie.
Yeah, we really do need to do a Rumble set for them.
Yeah.
And it's like, so we have an issue where it's like one person does it at just the right time, everyone just credits them.
Yeah.
And it drives me insane.
Yeah.
Not because I fucking love Led Zeppelin, but they are credited for shit they did not start. And that I have a problem with, even as a fucking fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy Page is pulling a lot of stuff off the shelf. You know, okay, let's put this and put the other. But, you know,
Bob, Bob, you'll like. I called you Bob. You'll like this.
Yeah.
This I got
That's
this just recently.
Oh.
This is believe this is not a Les Paul Jr. This is a Harley Benton DC Jr.
Ah.
It was $160.
Yay.
So it just it needs a little bit of work. The bridge needs to be replaced. I got that in order. It's coming from deepest, darkest wing dong, ding dong, ching dong.
You're saying it that way, and I'm just thinking of these different ways I can actually go after insulting Lydian when I meet up with him.
Yeah.
We were having a discussion one day because I laugh my ass off at his name all the time. To be clear, everyone in our inner circle and everyone on these streams has heard that his first name is Jonathan.
Okay.
His last name is, let's just say, it is almost as stereotypical Chinese multi-point name as you can get.
Is what you just rattled off with that guitar.
Kind of. And literally you hear his name together and it's like you're trying to talk to a little Christian white boy and then you slip into Chinese. And it's like the weird. Since I was a child, I always laugh when they give like little Christian white names to very ethnic last names, like run into people like Heather Two Feathers and stuff like that. And you're like, what the fuck? I've always laughed at that, and I have a lot of family members who fall in that category. Okay,
so I kind of caught a lot of it just because Little Page. I didn't name no. We're pretty sure it's not. And then I actually go back at least 13th century.
What I was getting on this is, I have been plotting ways to torture my gnome with this because his family. This is what he's talked about even on air. His family came from Mauritius into Canada. His family was in Mauritius because they fled Hong Kong during all the wars and issues with China. He is ethnically Chinese, very ethnically Chinese, but he was born and raised in Canada, and his little Chinese mother, when she would get mad, would yell at him in French.
If that doesn't trip your mental gears, man.
I want to see this once, just because it would be so fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. I think that's hilarious. I do. But it's like, so I have come up with so many ways to torture him about this because that's what friends do. And because the day he decided to make a crack and try to basically take a cheap shot at my pale skin and say I was acting like a basic white bitch, and my British friends sit there going, wait. Did the Asian boy just call the native chick white? And then he just grins, starts nodding. He's, okay, fuck it, I'm out. And just leans back, puts his hands back like this, and just watches us go. Like, I'm not getting involved in this. I'm just going to watch the fireworks.
But you talk about the ethnic names with the traditional kind of like the Anglo-Saxon like names. My sister-in-law has a sister. My sister-in-law, her sister had a kid with her ex-husband. Ex-husband's last name is Bobco. Bacck, whatever. The kid's name is Clayton Bobco. I'm like, yeah, the two names don't work. I'm sorry.
Look at the private chat a sec.
Okay, just a sec. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, when I laugh at this is how I grew up around these kinds of name mixes. That was my grandmother. So I'm very used to these name mixes. Obviously, I'm not saying that one out loud because that's a little bit too much personal private information.
There is a trend in Japan and all Pacific nations like that, the Far East, that they're giving people names that are just kind of old standard name, like English names with the Japanese last name. Like Eric Suganara, whatever, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, that's kind of just, I understand because when the soldiers came over, there's a lot of American bases there now, and there's a lot of the influence, and I understand, I get that, but there's some things, and that kid's gonna ask mom and dad, why'd you name me Jonathan Sukanara or whatever? How did I get the name? Peter whatever. There you go.
Baka. I'm not sorry.
No, you're not, and I don't expect you to be.
But I laughed so much. I've got a fucking cousin who, due to who her mother married, has one of the whitest fucking last names ever. Very native cousin. Her whole name sounds white. She's native as fuck. And then she named her kids like this mix of every weird name. Some of them have native names. One of her kids she named fucking Xerxes.
Oh boy.
I was like, I wouldn't want to name my child that. Have you actually studied that God? It's like, oh dear God. But it's like, she's got the weirdest mix of every fucking ethnic thing under the sun in her kids' names. And it's like, but her last name is as fucking white as hell because her dad is a fucking piece of shit white boy. Anyway, I say that not because he's white. Okay, there's history there. And it's like, why would you want to? Oh God. And it is so insane to me for so many reasons. But it's like, this is the one she tells her kids I'm the only person she couldn't win a fight with. She threatens to stick me on them. And now she's going, I'm going to be doing this to my grandkids as soon as they get old enough that you're going to be the auntie they have to fear. It's like, thanks. Thanks. Okay, I got it. Okay, the story behind this is she was a bit of a bully and we were very close in age. So we were often put up with each other to hang out. You know those old slides where it's like almost straight down with almost no rail?
Oh, yeah.
Where you're like burning your ass the whole way down and you leave with like 3rd-degree burns on your cheeks.
Oh, yeah. The old metal slides. Oh, yeah. That were in every
we were trying to go down one and she wanted to go down first. So she tried to pull me backwards so she could get in front and ended up pushing me off the side of the slide at the top. Luckily, there was enough gravel. I didn't break anything, but I did land hard and I did get some really nasty gravel marks through my pants. I had a rage reaction. So as she came down the slide, I clotheslined her with my foot. The next thing we both knew, we were about 2-3 blocks away, down several hills over by the river. We were both covered in black and blue marks. My glasses were broken, and she had a giant bite in her arm.
Oh, jeez.
And we're sitting there looking at each other, and we look up at the house, which is like a block from where we ended up at the end of the fight. Oh, shit, Grandma's going to kill us. That's where we went. Because you don't cross the little native grandmothers and aunties. You don't you don't do it. You could go to the Larry the Cable Guy jokes at that time. Might as well give them the name Wrestles with Tampons. Don't fucking piss with them. So we're sitting there going, Grandma's going to kill us. Grandma's going to kill us. Okay, this is what happened. And we worked out the entire way back, this slow walk, this story where we got attacked by a dog and ended up falling down the hill. Grandma fell for it. Mom was the one who raised me, and I was a biter as a kid, so she knew my teeth marks. When Mom got back, she didn't buy it. She grabbed my cousin's arm and went, "These look familiar."
These look familiar.
I know that bite pattern.
One way to put it. Yeah, I know the bite pattern.
It's really funny because if you watch a series of unfortunate events and they talk about the 3 kids' personalities, and you have the inventor, the reader, and the biter, I'm all 3. I really fuck off. I really fucking am. So it's like Mom knew instantly, but she was trying to get us to confess. So she takes us down and she starts explaining to my cousin, well, if this was a dog, we're gonna have to get you some rabies shots to make sure you're okay.
And that's going to entail about 10 shots in your stomach.
Oh, no. Mom wanted to make it much worse. And she's sitting there going, and the needles are like this long, and they're going to have to go up your spinal column. And I was like, Mom, you're full. I'm behind my mother. I know she's full of shit. I know she's making shit up. My cousin is terrified of needles. And she's sitting there going, and I'm standing by my mom going, no. And I got something to tell you. You're fucking dead later. That was it. I'm sitting behind my mom lipping, "You're fucking dead" at her. Which is probably not the right words for an 8-year-old to be saying, but anyways. To this day, it's the only fight neither of us actually won, though. So Because we both had a reputation. We were brawlers. We fought with everyone and we never lost. We lost to each other. So now it's her kids get out of line. It's, that's the only person I never want to fight with. Shut up or I'll sick her on you. It's like, I mean, fair enough, right? But she's literally 4 months, 4 days older than me. So it's like we were in the same age group. No, we knocked the unholy shit out of each other. And by the way, this was an interesting error that happened. So I got this the other day. It's supposed to be 50 strips. And the strips are accurate because I've been using them, dividing them for the amount I need and stuff, and working perfectly exact amount, right? It's supposed to be 50 strips of 50 megs. No. I went through and I cleaned out the jar and I bagged up sets of 10 and I put the bags in the jar so they'd stay really fresh until I'm ready to use them. I had used several strips at the point when I bagged this up and it's like, okay. So I was expecting 4 bags and a few left over, right? 6 bags and leftovers. Somehow they had an error and instead of getting 50, I got almost 70. That's not a cheap error with this stuff.
Not that you're sending them back.
No, hell no. Not that they can resell them anyways. I've already had my hands on them.
Yeah.
But it's like, wow.
Yeah.
See, now you got me looking up what the rabies vaccine is now.
But that's like, my mom scared the unholy shit out of my cousin. And I'm just sitting there going, you're going to narc. You're going to narc. You fucking... My mom goes upstairs and you fucking coward. I'm sorry. You will be.
Let's see. Human rabies immune globulin. Human rabies, half-life approximately 21 days, administered only once, preferably on the first day of the PEP regimen. Designated day 0. Providers must be cautious about giving more than the recommended dosage of HRIG. Not administered. Recommended dosage is 20 IU per kilogram body weight. Infiltrate as much as possible. Administer remaining HRIG. Hold on. Intramuscularly. Oh, so they inject it into your arm now. Generally in the quadriceps or deltoids.
Better. Yeah.
Okay, so it's in the arm now.
Because before you used to go.
I know nothing like it was when I was a kid.
Yeah. You used to go in your stomach, which means a very long needle.
It also does not have anywhere near the fatality rate it had when I was a kid.
Rabies?
The rabies vaccines.
Oh, okay.
Because they were not that safe when I was a kid.
Did you have to get it or?
I didn't. I know people who did, and it was scary. That part of getting it involved, this whole walkthrough with the doctors on really high risk of really dangerous side effects and shit like that, and that it can cause stomach failure and other stuff. It's like, holy shit.
Human rabies, which is only given once in the series of 4 1 milliliter vaccinations. Given on the first day, treatment designated. 3 additional are given on days 3, 7, and 14. Immunocompromised. Okay, patient. Okay, yeah. So it's So they've actually done significant amount of work to that. To make it a lot safer. So that's
good. Because honestly, one of my problems with a lot of shots is that they don't have good, safer alternatives or hypoallergenic alternatives for those of us who can't take them.
Yeah.
Well,
because I want more of those options. I want to be able to take the shots that would help protect me of my immune issues. I want that.
Yeah.
I want to know why natives have a rate of over 5 times higher than other groups of allergic or dangerous reaction to shots. There's obviously something in there that reacts to us. It's like, can we research this shit? Can we fix it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I never liked getting needles when I was a kid. I was of the age where they actually used to line us up in school. They used to give us the shots. And you remember that. They used to give us the measles vaccine.
all in line. They had the air guns at that point.
Yeah. And I was just like,
But
you know, I hated.
What I say about dunk and then dunk, and that's when I started doing it all at once. And I think, but even back when it was like maybe 4 or 5 shots or something. It was like, now it's like your kids are getting a battery of shots.
The fact that people are so against people staggering them, it's like toxic reaction to too many meds at once is a real thing. It's always been a real thing. That's why you're not supposed to take too much painkillers or other stuff. Why do people act like it's weird that parents don't want to give their kids 30 shots in one sitting?
Yeah. Like, you think there might be an adverse effect,
Because you're more likely to have adverse effects the more of them you take at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's not anti-science to go, okay, well, they're not all made the same. They all have different risks and benefits. And it's not good to give yourself too many meds at the same time. So I'm going to research all of them and I'm going to stagger them for a few months. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. That's being responsible.
Yeah, it's not being anti-vax. It's being
Yeah. Hey, Doc, do you mind if we stagger this? I got some concerns about some of the side effects, which I don't think is unreasonable.
No.
I'm vaccine injured. I'm still not anti-vax, but I do realize there's no such thing as a safe medicine. There is nothing on earth that somebody isn't allergic to. I'm allergic to my own fucking tears.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, that's a whole thing that's crazy as hell. Yeah. So it's like there's nothing on earth somebody isn't allergic to. Water allergies are a thing. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's why straight tap waters actually make me feel like I'm going to throw up. Because I need something in them to cull a little of the reaction it has to me. Because I do have water allergies.
Yeah.
So it's like there's nothing on earth that's completely safe. Nothing.
Yeah.
So why don't we just take the cautions, take every chance, work with people and realize there's no such thing as safe. There's no such thing as safe in this life. It's the whole issue I have with the whole sex ed thing as well. The whole myth of safe sex does not exist. There is no sex where there's not medical risks.
There's
none.
safer, that's all you can do.
Exactly. And if we're going to teach them, they should know all of it, including the risks, even when you're protected. And
it's like, the cases of Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips both are pregnant after doing massive gangbangs.
I used to work with the high pressure oxygen tanks, welding cylinders, and that kind of thing. Which is, people ask me, "Are you dangerous? Are they dangerous?" Like, they can be. If you don't take the proper precautions, they said you have to respect it. You have to respect them. Like, hey, this thing, if we don't handle this properly, this can explode.
Yeah.
And there were so many things that had those kinds
You'll be
of
picking up pieces of a 3-block radius. Okay.
I was a carpenter for a while. I've dealt with some crazy, stupid risks and dangers. That's not safe work, for fuck's sakes.
No. We used to pressure test all the tanks. You probably know this. You fill the tank with water. You put it in a larger tank with water. Then you cram more water. I would hate to see that place's water bill after all that. But they cram in more water. They hold it for about 10 seconds and see the expansion, and then they see how much it contracts. If it expands with more than 10%, tank fails.
Well, let's also talk about the stupidity of some of these so-called environmentalists. These activists who go, let's stop drinking milk and let's start drinking these substitutes. It's like, you do realize that almonds cost about 1.5 gallons of water to produce every almond.
Plus, I've heard stories about, my mom was on the farm. It's like, if my granddad forgot to milk the cows that day, they'd come poking their head through the window. It's like, hey, wake them up in the middle of the damn night. Want milking now?
Hey, imagine it gets uncomfortable for the cow.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. But I mean, like it's
in
the
morning milking the damn cow because the cow's getting
sorry, go ahead.
And that's one of the other things they talk about. It's like natives don't react well to milk, and people go, "Well, that's interesting." It's like, well, think about it. Before you white fuckers came over here, and yes, I realize I'm pale as hell saying that, but I'm still native. Before you white fuckers came over here, what did we have to milk? The only things that were really safe for trying to milk and consume for medically would be safe. We're fucking bighorn sheep and bison. You want to milk them?
Yeah, they don't sit still for that sort of thing.
Who brought the cow initially? Was it the British? Was it the?
It was maybe the Spanish, but mainly the British.
I'd have to do some research on that.
The Spanish brought the
Bring it-
horse to America. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what Americans had as horses were not. They were midget horses. They were the size of medium dogs, and they were extinct before you fuckers came over.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't know, honestly, but I know it doesn't work. It doesn't work because we had no milk in our diet. Well, we also had no alcohol. We're the only group in the world that didn't produce alcohol to ferment and preserve things.
Yeah, that was an agricultural thing. So it's,
Well, if you think about alcohol, it's just wine is just one step away from vinegar. I mean, and what do you preserve a lot of vegetables in? Vinegar.
Well, the agriculture we did was based more on drying and hardening and stuff like that. We didn't do alcohol-based stuff. That was never in what we designed and developed over here. So alcohol didn't exist here until you guys came over. So you guys have thousands and thousands of years of your bodies developing natural antibiotic systems where they can coexist with alcohol. Our bodies never experienced it until a few hundred years ago.
Yeah. You came up with different methods for drying stuff. So I probably owe beef jerky to you. So thank you.
Now hallucinogenics, on the other hand.
One of the things.
Peyote.
No. First of all, peyote is not what they claim as peyote now.
Yeah.
It was not hallucinogenic then. But also, that depends on the tribe. There really wasn't that much of that with the Plains tribes. That was more in the South.
That's the stoner ones down south, yeah.
One of
Honey,
fucking Comanche. Oh, what?
when are you gonna do the laundry?
When I feel like it.
Good answer.
I need clean underwear.
Don't worry about it later.
Did you haven't?
You really need to announce that to the world.
The day
you planning on being in an accident?
Mike. Okay.
Like you planning on being in an accident? Need clean underwear? Oh, brother.
They're still
one.
Anyway.
Yeah, one of the things is like I said, the Europeans brought the cow to America, but now they all use goats. My father would always go to the ends of the earth to find goat cheese.
Can we comment on these people who keep saying that Hispanics are natives? No, Hispanics have traces of natives left in them.
Yeah,
but Hispanics are natives, like claiming the French are. Let's be fucking honest here. California and all that did not belong to Mexico originally. The Mayans and Aztecs stayed in the fucking South. The only time they came up was when all the fucking Spaniards from Europe invaded.
Mm-hmm.
This is not their homeland. That does not have nothing against people. And the fact that they have traces of that genetics and that lineage. I have Mexican lineage and South American tribes mixed in me too. But Mexican lineage is a combination of Spaniards with the tribes that they were essaying and pillaging.
Yeah,
and mass murdering.
The Spaniards were a spicy bunch, okay?
So this is not like, okay, yay, they became one of us. It's like, no, they mass murdered us. But because they kept trophies and had fun with their trophies, there's some people that still have those genetics. This is not something to be proud of. We can acknowledge it, but that doesn't mean we should be sitting there going, yeah, they're native too. It's like, no, not really. Really, not really, no.
Anybody else watching Snarky J cosplay?
I watch Snarky J every once in a while.
She is a nut. Okay.
And the thing is, with most natives, don't like classifying Hispanics as native. They really have a problem with it. And that doesn't mean that we don't have Hispanics mixed all over our family. That doesn't mean we don't have people with Hispanic names in the tribes.
Yeah.
But that we know that they're not just native, you know? It's like we can acknowledge that, eh? I mean, look, I'm pale as hell, but it's partly albino. It's partly because my mom's a little Celtic woman because native guys like white chicks. I mean, sorry. It's true, but I'm sorry.
What? God damn it.
You're not going to do the laundry right now. At least help me, get the...
My dad liked white chicks. My mom liked brown boys. And here I am.
You know, someone once asked me would I ever date a black woman. I'm like, it depends. It depends on a black woman. I'm like, I don't know. I've never
understood being unwilling to date anyone. See, my mom may have liked brown boys, but A, she dated the rainbow, including some white boys.
Yeah.
B, she had a partiality to native boys, but it wasn't just natives. I watch old shows with her, and the guys that she drools over are all dark skinned. She's just attracted to it. Fine, that's her. People going, well, that's racial preferencing. It's like, yes, it is, and that's why I exist. My dad has this favorite joke that goes back with Williams and Reed, and they're joking around and going, as we always say on the reservation, when do the checks get here? No, it's chicks. It's when do the white chicks get here? But what if the chicks bounce? Then they get to stay longer. This was Dad's favorite fucking joke. Every time he heard it, he would grab Mom's knee and go, isn't that right, sweetie?
As all the homeboys used to say, where I'm from, where do white women at?
I can tell you, native boys like pale chicks. And not just pale, they got to be busty. They got to got some butt, and they got to have some. They don't like them really skinny. And I go down to the res, and I've got all these buff young guys in their 20s hitting on me.
I have a friend, guy I know, Seth. I'm not gonna. Well, I shouldn't. But he used to be married to somebody. She was Vietnamese. Very kind of a. She was pretty girl. Dark skin, Asian features. Just describing what she looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to him one time, I said, Seth, do you mind if I ask you a question? He goes, sure, go ahead. He says, it's about you and your wife. I mean, it's I see a lot of white guys, they're attracted to Asian women, but you don't see a lot of Asian women attracted to Asian men, Asian women attracted to I'm blanking on the way he said it. It's always a thing. He said, but you don't see a lot of Asian women who. But I can't remember exactly how he said it to me, but he said there was a lot of resentment about how Asian women don't even want Asian men. But you don't see a lot of white girls attracted to Asian men.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
And he said and he said to me, Rob, a lot of Asian women aren't attracted to Asian men. And there's a lot. He said to me, there's a lot of resentment about that.
Yeah.
And because his wife was often called banana in public by Asian men, banana, yellow on the outside, white on the inside. So like that was always a big like, because I had years ago I had a girlfriend who was she my girlfriend? I don't know. Well, whatever she was. We had.
Boingity.
Did you see each other's goodies?
No, we never saw each other's goodies.
Well,
no.
probably not. Yeah.
No, but she was Filipino. She was
okay.
Very, very pretty. She was actually 2 years older than me because her family moved here, and there was something with the schooling, and so she was 20 when I was 18, and she was still in high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Held back a bit.
It wasn't because she was held back. It was just there was something with the school, with the grade, with the education. It
happens.
Just had to redo something.
Oh God, though she was so pretty, pretty. And she was just so sweet. And
Filipino girls. But I've heard some tales about guys who come in, their Filipino wives. Like they're sitting there reading a book, something, and then wife's in the next chair sitting, and suddenly, boom, you got knitting needles sticking out of your leg.
And I was the guy.
Something you did 2 years ago, totally forgot about.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
I was the guy though. I would have back when everybody's making tapes, I had cassettes just dangling out of my pockets. Hey, Rob, you got anything to do? Here, you listen to this. And she was,
Mm-hmm.
I pulled like, here you go. I didn't just listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Just listen. And she always knew me as the guy with the music and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. And when she moved back for a while, her father was a real dickbag.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the typical Asian father.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she never let on about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, she's got to, hey, hey, happy sweet. No, I got to study. I'm like, come on, you can take one night off.
Mm-hmm.
No, I got to study. Okay, no problem.
Then you met her dad. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an A on that test. I'm like, yeah, never doubted you for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So, but she did say the last time I talked to her though, she did say something which
Mm-hmm.
really just sort of stuck with me. She said we were actually in a Barnes and Noble, and she said I wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for you. I was like,
man.
oh, that's heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
Mm.
Just
it is. Look, going back to what we were talking about, part of it is
sorry to bring me down.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Part of it is we have a natural drive to that, which is different than we're used to. So, black guys tend to like white chicks. Native guys tend to like white chicks. White guys tend to like Asian, Hispanic, Native, dark chicks.
Yeah.
There's a natural drive that is mixing the bloodlines, and I don't see that as a negative. I don't get these people who are like, we're gonna all look like the same thing at this rate. It's like, and that would be bad. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I really don't care. It really doesn't matter to me what we look like, as long as we're decent people. I don't really fucking care.
I mean, a nice mixture, you get some gorgeous people coming out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a mixed person, so I'm not sure how true that is.
Well, again, it's the right mix. It's like you get the wrong mix. It's like, what the fuck just?
Okay, I wouldn't say that one after my comments either. Thank you. Fuck you.
I always like to go back to what the Fonz said one time when Mr. C was hosting the wedding for his army buddy. So you got a bunch of black people here. He says, Fonz, come on. He goes, hey, I don't care what color guy is as long as he's cool.
That's the thing. I don't get the obsession. And people go, well, look, you're pale. You married a white guy. It's like, yeah. Did you see half of the fuckers I dated? No.
remember Steve Martin, the jerk? You mean I'm going to stay this color?
It's like, but like for those who want to know, my psychotic ex I talk about was half Lakota, half black.
Okay.
This was not some pale guy, okay?
No, that comes with a very dark competition.
I swear he had to have like that Nigerian kind of black in him because he was dark.
I'm like the ultimate pale face. So I mean,
goes all the way to the back of the head. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean, white man?
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
Sheila.
Oh,
do now you're native descent, Rosetta. Do native men keep their hair longer?
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of a cultural thing.
Most tribes, yes, because most tribes the hair is actually tied to our spirituality and other stuff. I'll use my brother as an example here. Now, my brother, we're pretty sure has some native in him, especially considering how much mom knows about what kind of guys she was partying with when she had him. But we have no physical evidence my brother's native.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he was
a lot of circumstantial.
Dad fully took him in, became his full legal father when we were children. Because of the way the Lakota culture works, when Dad became his full father, he quit cutting his hair.
Oh.
Ever. It was there grown out to connect him to his new culture and his new father. He did not cut his hair till Dad died almost 40 years later.
Wow.
And when Dad passed, he cut all of it off, almost shaved level, and put it all in a braid in the casket with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had a large bald spot for a while there too, because I did too. You're supposed to put a part of your hair with the deceased to connect you to their spirit in the afterlife. So I took an entire section above my ear here and cut it off and put a braid in too. That took Barely's now actually starting to get the length of the rest of my hair. So yeah, this is a thing where there's really significant cultural things with hair depending on the tribe, and it's really a serious thing to cut your hair.
Well, it's like when this one guy, he was in a coma, I guess, in a nursing home, and I guess, I don't know, they thought they'd be being nice. They give him a haircut. Not quite realizing, you realize you just committed one of the biggest social, cultural sins.
And that's the thing is where I know.
When he came out of the coma, they were outraged. Okay.
I am very annoyed with the people who are trying to act like this is some big battle for Black people to be allowed to have their ethnic hair. It's like, that actually really isn't that much of a Black battle. This is the Native battle because it's actually tied to our spirituality in almost every tribe.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many people I know were denied jobs, were gone after in schools, who had schools cut their hair against their wishes and other stuff, who were Native.
Yeah.
Because we had to look like them. And the men were not allowed to have that hair. And it was a serious issue. And it still is, actually. But especially with the private schools and boarding schools, that's one of the ways they would try to break the spirits of the boys. They would cut their hair short.
My friend Kevin had long hair, and he was a fireman. He was a fireman's paramedic. And actually, the fire department was, this is years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
Because he's bald now. He shaves his head.
Yeah.
But he had long hair, and the fire department wasn't too keen on him having long hair.
Yeah.
And this was in the 90s. I'm like, and his response was to that. It says, listen, it doesn't interfere with my job. You hired me for my skills, not my hair. Okay. And it's 1994, and we're still fighting this battle like it's the fucking 50s.
Yeah.
We still are. There's still places going after natives for having long hair at work.
I mean, in some cases, if it's a matter of, like, you need to shave the beard because you can't get a proper seal on the oxygen mask.
Yeah. I mean,
that's one thing. Yeah.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
But it's still an issue. And again, it's not that we don't understand there are places where we will have to cut it in order to be able to safely do a job. Yeah. Look, again, we are a very small percent of the population. We are almost a quarter of the military. They know what they're doing when they go in. They know they have to do it.
Yeah.
It usually leads to prayer quests and all this meditation and stuff before to make sure that this great spirit knows why and what you're doing and that this is needed to protect your people. But they know they're going to have to do it. That's different.
Yeah.
But it should not be required for any job where it's not required for a woman to do it. If a woman can work in carpentry and pull the hair back in a braid and tuck it into a helmet to keep it safe, then every guy should be fucking able to as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, actually,
military grooming standards are still locked in like the 1800s.
Yeah. You talk about getting a good seal over the mask. That's actually why Gillette razors actually became so popular, is because they supplied it to the army.
Yeah.
During World War I. That's how it started. Oh yeah, we'll supply. And like they just it's because you had to get a good seal around for the gas mask.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised also how many people still believe that natives can't grow facial hair.
Well, the stereotype.
Now we bring up your picture of your dad again.
To be fair, he wasn't completely native, but mostly.
But that's a pretty bushy beard he had there.
That's the stereotype, though. You don't. Whenever you see a native on television, it's never fake. You never see any facial hair.
Yeah,
that's always the stereotype. I probably
there are tribes that have trouble growing facial hair.
Yeah. A lot of Asians have trouble growing facial hair as well.
And some tribes have Asian roots, some do not. The land bridge is a partial truth. There are tribes that came from Asia, so there is that amount. And that gene has been passed into other tribes as well, because there was a lot of intermingling through thousands of years. Yeah. So yes, I have some Asian roots in me somewhere.
Plus, if you're going by movies and TV, if you're going back to a certain point, you're not seeing Indians anyway.
No.
Leonard Nimoy played an Apache in one scene. Okay.
Over 90% of native roles that have been done in Hollywood throughout the decades are Italians.
Yeah.
I grow hair everywhere except where I want it.
Yeah. No, Billy Crystal.
I have PCOS. I shave as a woman. Okay, let's be honest here.
No, Billy Crystal thing. I'm losing hair where I want it. I'm getting it where I don't.
Yeah.
Again, PCOS. Welcome to my life. I mean,
Pulling big old hairs out of my ears. I got the
Yeah, I actually get the trimmer get under the pits too. So I know
But
too much information.
that's the thing.
Well, no, that for me, it's like because like the deodorant has to get to the skin.
Yeah.
I have never found a deodorant that doesn't react to my skin. I've tried every brand I can fucking find and try. I've tried all these natural solutions and stuff. None of them work. They all react to my skin. So I just wash a lot. And I do mean a lot.
Yeah.
And I go around and I'm running errands and I'm washing myself and rechecking myself and doing like calamine powder based stuff and things because I can't use them. They all react to me no matter what I do.
Honey,
What?
It's like, I don't want to smell, but.
did you get the meatballs down yet?
The what? Yeah, I got the meatballs
Did you
down.
get them down yet?
Yes, I've gotten them down.
Okay, good.
Meatballs. My mom used to make meatballs that used to be mostly bread. But you know, it's a I don't know if it's to pad out the meatball or it just gives it better flavor, better texture.
It's something. Yeah.
Sometime I'm gonna have to meet up with Bob, and when I do, I'm gonna have to make him have some Indian tacos with me.
Well, there is I got the place over on 44 at Takabe.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make sure they're actually doing it right before we're even gonna consider.
Sure, you will. I don't think there'll be an argument. It's a pretty
I can honestly say that is one of the things I do miss about Colorado is the good Mexican food, good tacos.
Okay, Indian tacos aren't Mexican, and
Well,
that is actually we did it first. For fuck's sake,
this is just an aside.
Yeah,
I know, but that's because they're always going tacos. It's Mexican, and it's like no, tacos existed with natives before Mexico existed as a country.
Like the word may be Mexican, but
no. The word is a combination of native words that the Mexicans adopted. It literally, no, tacos are a native food. Now, Mexicans went, ooh, this is good. Let's stick it on a crunchier bread. And let's add some of our veggies and stuff we like to it. And the natives went, ooh, we like some of them veggies. Give me that. And now you've got both are very adapted from each other. But we did it fucking first.
Now, the really crunchy ones, that's purely American. That's fast food America right there.
There are crunchy Mexican tacos, but the crunchy wraps in Mexico are not what they have up here.
No.
I got to get some taco ingredients. I really would like. No, you got me wanting tacos.
Same here. And I remember when I was growing up on Boy Meets World, they had this whole scene where they're trying to figure out where to go eat, and the guys were like, "Well, we got this reservation. We gotta go do it. Taco. We can't just blow off, man. Taco." Like, yes, we can. I want taco, right?
Demolition Man. Tonight we'll dine at Taco Bell. Okay. All right, I could go for a burrito.
So it's like, okay. But I would love to drag you guys over to Crazy Horse and have you eat proper native tacos up there with me.
Oh God, man, I'm always game to try food.
Yeah.
Okay, let me explain it to you this way. A native taco is basically if you took all the greatness of a taco, and you made it with a bison meat instead of the regular beef or stuff, and then you heaped it on a fry bread.
Very good.
Okay.
So it's like plate-sized fry bread heaped with taco goodness and lots of bison meat.
Okay, I'm looking at a recipe now. House of Navajo. It says Navajo tacos, Indian fry bread.
Okay, there's different ethnic ones depending on the tribe. They've adapted them differently depending on what veggies they had available in their area and how it adapted with the interaction with Hispanics over the years. So it does vary a bit by tribe, but I've been making and eating and selling Indian tacos since I was a kid. This is the thing.
I think every bit of this kit is worked.
Now I want, like I said, I just want tacos now.
Now, you go to Crazy Horse and they sell them, and yes, because they're trying to appeal to people from every tribe, all these groups, and they just sell them as native tacos. Now, again,
the monument, the Crazy Horse? Okay. Cool.
But they sell them there, and they're like plate size. You don't eat before this, okay?
Get moving.
What are you doing?
And you eat one.
I'm fucking out with my model. What do you
They
know?
blend for their meat at their restaurant is a blend of beef, lamb, and bison.
I will do
it. Is so fucking good.
I can
This is
imagine.
one of me and my dad's favorite foods to go eat together all the time. And not just because the restaurant's name happens to be the same name as my tribal name, but anyway,
What?
I'm gonna need some help.
Okay, well, I can't do it when you're standing in the doorway.
I'm the guy now that George Carlin was talking about. Some guys eat anything. What is it? I don't care. I eat anything. Give me that. Give me some more. It's a rat's asshole, Don. Well, it makes a hell of a fondue.
See, I'm a really picky eater.
You know.
And I was, between sensory issues and just having to grow up dealing with, how do I describe this? You don't question mystery packs of meat because it's better than starving.
Yeah.
Redneck, redskin is very much a thing, okay? So between that and commodities and sensory issues and autistic issues, and now all my dietary restrictions and allergies, I am really, really a pain in the butt with food.
My father used to, my mother and my father used to, they had 5 boys to feed. So 7 people in the house. They used to pad everything out with a lot of rice, a lot of pasta, a lot of potatoes. So you would have potatoes coming out of your every pore. It was
Yeah, there was a lot of that too. And again, most of the food was don't ask questions, don't ask where it came from, kind of stuff. Oh, look, a mystery pack that's not labeled from a cousin going, it's good eating, man. It's like better than starving. Give me the meat.
Yeah.
So I know I've eaten some weird animals that I've never seen that texture since. Anyway,
my father used to like rabbit. I mean, so
no, that's probably one of the milder things I've eaten over the years. I'm just saying. I know I had family members who were out gathering porcupines and quills, so I don't even want to doubt some of the weird shit I've eaten. So I'm very positive I've eaten different types of snakes.
I was just about to ask that. I mean, rattlesnake is I've heard of people eating.
Really common where I grew up because you're near the Badlands and you're up in the mountains and stuff. And I mean, the one that freaked out my dad's cousin right before she was moving, we usually don't react to the rattlesnakes, but when she found the skin that one shed that was actually pinned because it crawled into the wall of her house as it shed the skin.
Oh, okay.
That freaked her out. And that was in the town I was born in, by the way. So I remember being out in the Badlands hiking, and I'm out on those tiny little peaks. You've seen the Badlands, right?
Yeah.
Those tiny little jagged peaks climbing. And I come up one of them, and there's one path out of here without falling down this mountain. And it's a narrow path. I hit that top to look at the view. I look down, and just on the other side, just out of view, curled up watching me is a rattlesnake.
Ooh.
Back away, back away.
It finally dawned on me why. It finally dawned on me why cowboys wear the leather boots, so in case they're walking, the snake tries to bite them. It just kind of. Oh, okay, that makes sense. It's kind of it's for protection.
And maybe it's why I never got as into like Westerns and stuff. That didn't feel like fantasy. That didn't feel like escapism. What? I'm fucking in the Black Hills.
Yeah.
I'm growing up hanging out around Lead and Deadwood and Keystone and all that shit. This isn't fantasy. This is my fucking life.
I remember when I was very young, I saw on it was the evening news. They had a report from Texas about the annual rattlesnake roundup. They would round up. They would actually go into the desert, flush out the rattlesnakes with like the thing of gasoline to get them out of the. They round them up. They would count them, milk them for the venom to make anti-venom, and then they would butcher them and, for lack of a better term, and skin them and fry them up and make belts and boots. I'm like, because of they said, well, yeah, you're. Is this kind of, and is this unnecessary? He goes, no. Well, the snakes reproduce in such numbers, it's not going to put a dent in the population. They said.
Well, it puts a small dent there, but it's a dent that's needed for conservation control, basically. But yeah, I'll take a rattlesnake on any day over the weird mongrels they're having right now. There is a snake. They do not know how this is happening genetically. All they know is that they're managing to breed together as rattlesnakes and copperheads in some areas. And the offspring they're having are fucking neon green and aggressive. And they are poisonous, venomous.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I have run into these things, and they will literally come at you hissing and try to crawl your car to get inside.
Ooh, okay.
They are freaky little fuckers. And I'll take a rattlesnake on any day over those guys. Those guys are scary when you run into them. And I've seen them in the Black Hills. I've seen them in Iowa here.
Yeah. That's why I'm not going to Iowa. I don't like snakes.
I remember I was down at Lily Lake over in Amana, and I'm doing my swan work and stuff like that and helping track the swan population because they're trying to repopulate the trumpeters. Fine. I go there, I'm walking through, and I turn, and I'm coming down the trail, and I turn and I look in this big grass area where the picnic tables are next to the pond. And the entire grass area, the entire area stretching was covered in snakes.
Ew.
And you could look and see some were venomous and some were not. And I'm just sitting there going, I think I'll leave for now. I don't think I need to be here that badly. Okay. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. But people going, you're in Iowa. It's not like it's that dangerous. It's like things that have been confirmed in the Iowa wilderness in the last 2 years include bears, wolves, coyotes, rattlesnakes, mountain lions, bobcats,
chupacabra,
venomous snakes. I mean, Iowa is not safe.
No.
And I think the problem is we have this society where most people don't realize what's actually out there. We are having issues with a growing population of bears in Iowa right now.
I'm going to throw something in a minute.
So
I always say that people would always ask me about if I was ever scared riding the subway. I'm like, no, I'm the scariest thing riding the subway. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot more things that can kill you in Iowa than New York.
Yeah.
I can handle nature. I'm sorry, I'll side with the feminists. I pick the bear over people. Bears have a lot less low rate of killing you than a stranger.
I have to yell at my wife for a moment.
And that's not about hating men or anything else. It's just look at statistics on violent criminals and serial killers and stuff like that. We have more psychos as humans than you have bears willing to attack and eat a human.
Okay.
Because we have been tracking every interaction we can with humans and bears for almost 200 years. Between US and Canada, we have tracked almost 2.5 million interactions with bears. Do you know how many people have been killed by bears in that time?
Not many.
Just over 200. That's nothing compared to the amount of odds you have running into a stranger in the woods of them being a serial killer or RAS or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, we've been at this for...
It's like, so I'm sorry, I'm sitting there going, I get why people thought this is male bashing. It's like, it really isn't. I understand because of how a lot of feminists have treated men, that reaction, but the statistical odds are very different.
Yeah.
As long as you're not aggressive to the bear, you give it its space, and it's not starving and pissed, it's going to leave you alone. And if it is aggressive, you understand it better. Yeah. It's easier to understand what drives an animal to become violent than a person.
Now, grizzlies might come after you for the fun and giggles, but but
even grizzlies don't usually. Kodiaks do.
Yeah, well, Kodiaks
do not. Well, Kodiaks are a very specific breed, and they are not just a grizzly. They are also almost twice as big as a standard grizzly.
Yeah.
By the way, the zoo in Sioux Falls actually has 2 Kodiaks. And I went there and photographed them when they were cubs, and they were the size of most grizzlies and polar bears.
Formerly the Denver Museum of Natural History, now the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. They still got a hide in there of basically it was a mama grizzly that the guy had to take out because Supposedly the grizzlies were extinct out here until this guy got attacked by one.
Well, they claimed for a long time that there were no mountain lions in the Black Hills. That claim ended. They didn't even quit claiming that when Jeff Corwin actually went into the lion's den and handled the cubs. They still tried to deny it until they were driving through the Black Hills and one literally lost its footing and fell through the windshield of a reporter.
There's always, once in a while, there's always the reports of mountain lions on the East Coast, but those are few and far between. Do mountain lions exist? Yeah, cougars were extirpated from Pennsylvania before the 1900s. Yeah, they were hunted. They were.
Yeah.
They've been trying to claim for a long time that there are no bears in the Black Hills. There's several issues with this. First of all, I actually watched a fucking brown bear chasing a bison.
Yeah.
Second of all, I have photos in my photos here on this computer of bison with bear injuries on their back.
Yeah.
Third, why is it they put everything in bear locked trash cans in the Black Hills, but they're claiming there's no bears? Fourth, they happen to have door cam footage capture one wandering through the town I was born in recently.
What's real fun seeing security camera footage of bears going through back alleys in Evergreen.
It's like, why are they so determined to claim that there's no bears in the Black Hills anymore? They're doing it with moose too. They've been claiming they're not there for a long time. First time they saw one and confirmed it in 50 years, and they killed it. That was when I was a kid. Pissed all of us off. I've seen moose in the Black Hills. I haven't managed to get pictures of them yet because they don't like to stay put. They run.
Yeah.
I've seen them. Hell, when I was in Montana going to Job Corps, I fucking tubed right next to one that was aggressive. That wasn't.
No, we got moose down here.
You try this. You're on it. You're doing the floating. You're doing inner tubing down a whitewater river. That's fun, anyways, for a lot of reasons, but also a bit hairy. But I'm having fun. I'm having fun. We did this at Job Corps. They had a little stretch they let everyone do that was usually pretty safe for most everyone. I pretty much had all of the staff trained, so they'd take me up the road further, and I'd do like 2.5 hour tubes down it. Maybe I was a little bit spoiled by the staff, but anyway, I'm tubing down this river and I'm going white water, round corners. I was good at this. I could twist that tube and control it so I didn't hit the sides or rocks. I was good. I come around the corner though, and it's a narrow part of the water with steep sides. In the middle of the fucking water in front of me is a full moose with a massive rack in the water drinking. And as soon as he sees me, he lifts his head up, shakes his antlers, grunts, and starts kicking under the water.
This ain't Bullwinkle.
And I'm like paddling myself to the other side of the river and just trying to get past him quickly. And he was bashing his antlers in the water as I went by. And it was only after I was past and starting to float away that he calmed down. I didn't have another option. Just get as far away from him as possible and try to hurry and hope he wouldn't kill me. That was a hell of a day, by the way. I'm sitting there going, I don't want to do that again. So next time I wanted to go tubing, I took people with me. It's like, no, thank you. Oh, okay. It's like, I have watched bison throw tourists. I've watched elk trample. I have watched prairie dogs bite them. I mean,
I like prairie dogs. I like prairie dogs are cute. I like them.
There's
those furry little fuckers.
For a long time, there was a colony over east side of town, next to where Stapleton Airport used to be. It was like literally across the street from Aurora condos. It's like,
yeah, I understand they're a nuisance.
Especially ranchers.
But they're native, so leave them the fuck alone unless they're getting in your way.
Yeah, exactly.
Down at Fort Worth in the stockyard area, in one of the stores, they got a little store window. They got a couple of prairie dogs and the things in the glass you can see under the ground there.
I'm gonna make Hey, Rob,
Yes.
you want to see something cute with a prairie dog?
Always.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, he's so cute.
The baby kissing mama, which is actually really common with them. They have a kiss language with each other.
Yeah.
The furry little fuckers.
They tried to make him, a pet.
You look at how stout she is and how she's squishing down to be the height of the kid and how stretched he is trying to reach. You actually realize they're really different in size.
Yeah.
I like those furry little fuckers.
I'm reminded I was at the Denver Zoo. I'm not sure it was the last time or one of the last times I was there. And in the cat air enclosure, there was we got a little thing with a couple meerkats.
Okay.
And this one was just sort of standing up there and like he's holding a press conference. Where everyone's saying hi, and the other one's like, "You fucking idiot."
They do that. They stand up on their hind legs. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Any questions? All right. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. You, Pia.
Okay. Now, thank you for joining me.
I do have some very intriguing shots of them I've taken over the years.
Yeah.
Oh, big stretching.
Actually, he was in mid alert because there's a coyote going through the holes. So that was actually him screaming.
I thought I saw a fox in the neighborhood last night. Because it was nighttime, so I couldn't figure out what it was. But it was too big to be a house cat, and it wasn't big enough to be a dog.
No, when I was working security over in Globeville, we had some of the colony of foxes there, and they're interesting. Weird bark.
Fox.
They kind of squawk. Yeah.
They are part of the dog family.
Yeah, they are dogs.
Yes.
In fact, there's a Russian researcher. They've got a breed of domesticated foxes.
Oh, by the way,
they're quite the thing.
This would be a baby prairie dog eating a field of flowers.
Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute.
Look how tiny he is.
Yeah.
He's like, these taste good. Those are a desert flower that's actually edible. It's a cowboy's boot or something like that. And they're actually were used by even a lot of the people in the prairies for food in the old days. They are a sweet flower, and animals go crazy for them. They search for them.
And tasty.
That's like giving them treats. It's like giving a horse a carrot. They love those things.
Yeah.
And we sat there and watched for a while, and this was a huge orange field when it started. By the time he went into his hole, there were 2 flowers left. He just sat there eating flower after flower after flower.
Yeah. That gets the whole field, and it's all mine.
Mine.
No, it's like got this JJ Price model I'm messing with here, and it's like to show you what I'm dealing with. This is the port half of the secondary hull. Here's the starboard half, and it's like so much of this thing they didn't really check very well when they pulled out the molds because it didn't quite there. And this is after dumping a bunch of boiling water on it to try and bend it. It used to be worse. The thing is, tried to send a thing to Revell. They don't have the kit or parts. Oh, gee, thanks. Of course, the thing is, the response is from Revell America. Yeah, I know. That's why I contacted Revell Germany. Why the hell are you doing on the line?
There is something about prairie dogs.
I still got a little ways to go to get that flattened out.
But I remember that very vividly that day because we're in this group of cars. They're big family groups, so we had several cars. And I'm riding with Granny and my siblings, and in the car right in front of us, a couple of my uncles, some of my cousins, and you watch this girl just walk out to the middle of the prairie dog field and pick one up.
Oh.
And about time she did this, you hear this squeak, and all of a sudden, Trump! And she drops it and jumps. And before any of us had a chance to do anything, you hear my uncle going, "Yeah, they bite, don't they, idiot?"
I think I would have said the exact same words.
Like, you dumbass, right?
This is not a petting zoo. Okay. These are wild animals. And plus also the prairie dogs are known for carrying bubonic plague.
Not a good.
Constant thing out here. We're worrying about plague. Don't go to the prairie dogs out here. They usually carry plague.
Not a good idea to pick them up.
But they look so cute. Yeah, they look cute from afar. Okay, take a picture. It'll last longer.
You want to see something cute that's really dangerous?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what is it's Mook House?
That is a newborn bison,
Mm-hmm.
or as they call them, red dogs.
Yeah.
Murder cow, as I call them.
The thing is, I actually can tell this story because we got these assholes in Black Hills that call themselves the bison safaris, the buffalo safaris.
Oh boy.
These are pieces of shit assholes. They don't respect the land. They break the rules all the time. They're causing problems. There's a bison herd crossing, and they just blocked the road where these guys were. They were stuck in the line of cars. And one of the babies wanted through, and they had butted up so close to the car in front of them that they couldn't get through between them. But you're never supposed to do if you're stuck waiting for the herd. You're supposed to make sure there's a gap about a bison and a half wide between every car, so they can get through without ramming your car. This little red dog bison calf walks right over and kicked that thing so hard it actually picked the back end of that giant Jeep up and moved it. And then just strutted through the gap.
There's a reason why the Forest Service has put up signs. Do not try to pet the fluffy cows.
These are not mild-mannered.
No.
Even
regular domestic cows are really not advisable to go up and talk. You definitely know how to go to a bison.
Now you have this point in the wildlife loop where you're on this winding road that comes downward, and there's this valley, and it's very sharp. There's a very narrow trail in the middle, and everything else is sharp cliffside. There's a bison walking through that middle, and there's a tree growing in the center of it. He didn't want to go up the cliff sides to go around this tree. So he walks over to it, spins around, and kicks this full-size tree down, walks over it to go through the gap, and stomps on it, defiantly grunting as he goes by. I mean, they're like, these are the animals you don't fuck with.
I'll show you, tree.
How dare you be in my way? I mean... Like it hadn't been there for 150 years, right?
These are not pleasant creatures, okay? They're not necessarily that bright, but they're not pleasant.
So, I took a friend and his wife through the hills in 23. I just helped him tour around and showed him a lot of the nature and scenery, and it was a nice drive. It was pleasant, and we were doing really well with it. And we got to the point where we're entering Wildlife Loop, and there's cars lined in both directions. They're everywhere, and in the middle of these lines of cars, everyone stopped on the sides of the road both directions. There's a group of bison. As I go kind of around a little bit so I can see what's going on with the herd better, I see this mean old looking bull standing in the ditch, and he's looking at all the cars, and you can see this glint in his eye. And he picks his head up and he gets out this happy grunt and starts walking towards traffic. I know bull bison well enough. As soon as I saw him grunt like that, start heading towards traffic, I gunned it through the gap between the cars, and I pulled a ways ahead in front to watch. And I enjoyed the view. Now, this view had this bull walk right up into traffic, into the middle of the road. He then proceeded to walk down the center of the road and turn back and forth, headbutting every car he walked by.
Jeez.
Like tag.
And this was absolutely no question in his mind what he was doing. I'm looking for it because I actually do have the picture of him headbutting one of the cars. And it was, there was no question what this bison was doing.
I thought to show dominance.
He's like, you guys are on
my valley, motherfucker.
All right. So, to those who think I might be exaggerating or joking about this, I took a picture. I had a lot of fun taking this picture.
Murder cow versus car.
Mm-hmm.
Every car he headbutted had this dent head shaped on the corner where he headbutted it. And he did this to like 10, 15 cars. Just strutted down the road, headbutting everyone that was on his road.
Bonk, 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 bonk.
Tag, you're it.
Yeah.
Again, do not mess with bison.
No, I wouldn't think of it.
Yeah. Do they?
I think I did see when in Colorado. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, did you ever get Buffalo Bill's grave? Up on Lookout Mountain.
Not sure.
Because they got a big old stuffed bison, probably been there like 150 years.
There was one. There was one. I was witness to the whole thing from behind it, and this Hawkeye driver. God, I love watching Hawkeyes get their comeuppance, especially when they're where they don't belong. Stay out of the Black Hills. Anyway, is driving through Iron Mountain Road and heading up towards where Needles Highway is on the other side. And we're in the part where it still connects to where the bison are. Now, for clarification on this, Iron Mountain Road is where the woman was picked up by the pants and thrown naked from the bison. You remember that one?
Oh, that's a fun video.
Oh, yeah.
That was on Iron Mountain Road. So this is an area that's known for when the bison are there, they tend to be aggressive. This bison was strutting down the center of the road, blocking cars, and it was slowly walking in. It was having a blast. And this Hawkeye was getting more and more irritated and more aggressive and getting closer and closer to the bison. Finally, it got too close. I don't know if they meant to or they just bumped the bison because they got too close, but they touched the legs. This bison stopped dead, backed itself up, lifted its butt onto the front of this car and took a dump down its grill and then kicked it. Just absolutely no.
Yeah.
It's like, oh God.
Yeah, you think they're capable of spiteful actions like that? Yeah.
Do not mess with murder cats, okay?
Oh God. Okay.
So yeah, needless to say, I've seen some hellish shit growing up.
Yeah.
The one that decided she was going to strut up to a bull elk in rut. This woman ran pretty good backwards when it started to turn towards her. And I swear the only reason she's alive is because it decided she was injured enough. Because she was trying to run backwards from it, she tripped over a log and threw herself down into a ravine. And it kind of looked down at her a few times, kicked the log, and grunted and walked off.
Yeah, you're no fun anymore.
I'm sitting there going, I think she's lucky she's a klutz at that point.
Yeah.
Because that thing was going to rip her apart.
Yeah, something to keep in mind. The instinct for play is a mammalian trait.
Something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Male elks, when they don't have the antlers to bash each other with, will stand on their hind legs and box each other. They want to be violent so much.
Yeah.
And I have video footage of it.
Yeah. No, they've done some stuff where it's like, the horses. What are they going to do? Or even cows. They take them like big old medicine balls, or beanbag, throw them out, and they'll start playing with it. They'll start tossing around and making their own little games up with it. So,
I'm looking for this because I've got to show you this. This is hilarious when they do this.
So the lesson is don't become the ball. Okay? If they're bored and you suddenly present yourself, you're now the plaything.
Oh God.
I'm looking for this real quick because this is actually great.
While you're waiting for that, I have a new obsession. Has anybody seen Ted Lasso?
Not directly. I've seen the ads here and there, but yeah.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
Well, before I do that, I have something else to share real quick.
Sure. Go ahead. While we're sharing.
Kind of an intro to British football.
Oh, baby goat.
No.
Bighorn?
Bighorn sheep, newborn. Literally still wet from birth.
Aww.
And that fast goes from just born in the mud to
scaling up the walls. Yeah.
They're born pretty big. Wow.
You can see how shaky those legs are too,
Mhm.
even though it just ran up that. It's literally they're climbing rock faces within minutes of birth.
Wow.
But you can see the legs shake for the first few hours.
No, like in biblical times, that's how you get to, because baby goats and baby sheep look a lot alike. But you get them in town, and the baby goats would be scaling up the sides of the stone walls.
You can even see the umbilical cords hanging on those things. Look how tiny that is.
So cute. Nature's so cute until it wants to kill you.
That is not something most people will ever see in their life, even if they live in the area where they are. They are usually really good at staying away from people when they're that little. So when I got to experience that, I took videos, I took pictures, I took every moment. I have a picture, that baby ran right up to the car and started nuzzling my mirror and at my camera. And I've got the picture of it just sprinting right at my car towards me. I was like, oh dear God. It was one hell of an experience, I'm telling you that.
Yeah, well, get your attention.
Where is that elk video? I do have some weird videos of my stuff I really need to do some edit work with.
No, and I've decided that this ship will be the Astral Princess. Part of the Princess Cruises Starship line.
I think I need to edit this one.
This is not a serious Starship design, okay?
Hi, doggy. That's a wolf, right?
That's a coy wolf, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mix. Part coyote, part wolf.
One time I was doing a mission test, some guy came through with a coy dog.
They're interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of did what we used to, because they don't touch your face right now. I would right there, and he was fine. He was a friendly dog.
I'm looking for this though.
Like in retrospect, he could have ripped my face off. Like, no, he's fine.
But I do have some great experiences in my life.
Remember when on the stupid pet tricks, Letterman?
Oh yeah.
And one point, or Letterman kind of stand on his dog, and hey, little doggy, and the dog kind of spooked him and bit him on the lip. And it's like, no, it was my fault. I'm going to blame the dog. He startled him. I think it was a lab anyway. Then they tend to bite anyway.
That's more straight coyote.
Yeah. Yeah, we get a lot of those out here. When you go between here and Boulder, you see them on the road.
There he goes.
Yeah.
You can tell that's July. The bugs are looking for anything to bug and pester for bites. And the dog is panting.
Yeah, he's hot.
He's like, ugh, it's hot out here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's up on the edge of the hill where the wind's blowing and he's still that hot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, desert flowers.
Bye
bye, desert flower.
Yeah.
He's like, that's mine.
Yeah.
Just randomly mark things as you're walking by it. It's still a dog.
Yeah.
And I don't care. I will record animals doing almost anything. I don't give a crap because it's nature.
The circle of life. Yeah. Sometimes they're shitting on things.
Okay. I think I found it. Okay, so when you come in here, watch what elk do when they're desperate to fight and they don't have their antlers yet. They box.
Yeah.
And yes, I slowed it down so you could see it.
Yeah.
And you could see he got hit right in the neck and then he ran.
It's like, that hurt.
Okay, that hurt. All right. I've had
all right, that's not fun. Okay.
That's not fun. Let's literally say, that's not fun.
Yeah.
I love what I do. I really do.
I'm still waiting to find that thing I love to do.
Mm,
And at this age, it's getting harder and harder.
yeah.
Great white egret.
Yeah.
And yeah, that right there, you can see when I tick when I'm trying to record videos.
Mm,
Which is why I have to do so much damn editing when I post stuff.
yeah.
One of the so
Okay.
As you can tell, I'm having ticky moments doing this.
I've never been a big outdoors guy because first of all, in where I am in Connecticut, outdoors just means going outside, hanging out, try not getting rid. Yeah, hanging out outside, trying not to get run over by a car.
Yeah, it's a little too developed up back east.
Oh, look, ticks. This is where I tell people what you see on my channel, the little edited videos. That's not all that's happening.
The other problem I always had is like, okay, where am I going to go to the bathroom if I need to?
Well, to an extent, nature is its own toilet. So
I never heard it put that way.
Yeah. I think that's the line from Big Chill. Thinking of nature's one big toilet.
The thing is that this is not out in the woods. This is the spillway downtown in Cedar Rapids here where I'm recording this.
I always see those Facebook memes run across the way. Would you live here for $1 million for a month? I'm like, where am I going to shit? That's always my first question. Where's the bathroom? Where am I going to go to the bathroom? And what kind of internet access do you have?
Nope, I don't need internet for a month. Are you kidding me? You see, I don't think you could handle the rural upbringing I had.
No, I couldn't. No, I'll be the first. I'll be the first one to openly admit. People say, "Oh, I want to go to the country. I want to go to rural." I'm like, nah. I like the city. I want to go to a bigger city.
I hate cities. I am not a city girl, as you kind of can tell from the stuff I do, right?
Okay.
I am not a city girl.
I used to, when my parents got older, they had me take care of their garden, and I'm like, and I was, moan and groan about it, and they're like, "Oh, you don't enjoy?" I'm like, "No, I don't enjoy gardening. I'm like crawling around." I literally told my mom, "I'm crawling around on my hands and knees to grow pissant little vegetables."
And that is literally a rescue owl, by the way.
Is that a snow owl?
That reptile gardens, they're predator birds or ones that were rescued and taken in that were either injured in hunting or by poachers or other stuff. So they're ones that literally can't survive in the woods.
Okay.
So this is a rescue owl. And look at, you can see my ticks get in the way when I'm trying to do stuff. This is why I have to edit everything.
Yeah.
My mom hated owls. She always hated owls. I don't know why. I like them. I think they're cool.
There's two things with owls, because in the tribal symbolism, if the owl appears to you and is peaceful to you and calm to you, it's supposed to be a symbol that you're going through this great change or something special, which is, there was a weird night with an owl on the way back from my cousin's place, traveling the back roads, right after we lost my dad. And
here's what I got in mind for this.
I was driving. My mom was in the passenger seat. My niece was in the back seat. As I'm going through this really narrow road, in the dead center of the road, standing on the line, is an owl. I drive up, I slow down, and I push as far to the edge as you can. There's not much of any shoulder, so I can't really go around this thing well. It would not fly off. I stopped beside it. It sat there staring up at me with this weird, adoring face.
Oh.
And it stayed right there beside my window the whole time. When I finally pulled forward, it got up, flew to a fence post in front of us a bit, and then started waving its wings at me as I was going by.
Bye-bye.
It was one of the weirdest moments with animals I'd ever had in my life. And my mom and my niece looking at each other going, "What the hell was that?"
I had a hummingbird in the stop when I was at a red light. A hummingbird flew right in front of the car, and actually, I looked out the window and it made eye contact with me, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what that represents, but it was just a weird moment.
No, like
what's it supposed to mean if you actually can get close to a hummingbird when it actually stops and sits stationary?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know, because I've had that moment.
It means they like you.
Animals like me. I don't know why. My husband teasingly calls me a Disney princess because I literally am that girl with the camera on and the boots on, bouncing around in the woods, singing with the birds and animals coming to me. But I mean, I'm sitting there going, nothing against you, Rob, but I cannot picture you doing shit like I did as a kid.
No.
Where you're sitting there shooting down a freaking bull deer while your cousins are chasing off a badger that was trying to sneak up on you and shit. It's like, I can't see you doing shit like that.
No, I can't picture me doing it.
You're living out the lyrics of the Ballad of Davy Crockett.
I was trying to play Little League very badly. I was never good at baseball, but I played it anyway. Well, baseball is a sport you can't play well when you're a little kid because you're not coordinated enough.
No.
It's like I cannot imagine a lot of these people that I talk to people all the time. You're like, I want to do what you do. I want to do nature photography. It's like, first of all, if you want to be a decent one, the work you go through to protect the animals and not stress them while taking the photos is intense. There's a lot of hiking. There's a lot of climbing. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of really horrific shit you'll see happen while you're doing it. There are poacher dump sites. There is helping track the animals. There's dealing with DNR. It is not an easy job. It really, really isn't. If you're up to it, it is an amazing job, and you get to help influence and affect the lives of countless innocent animals, and it is profound, But if you're not up to it, it can destroy you.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I sit there and tell people, honestly, I don't think you can. I want you to be able to, but do these things to test yourself.
So basically, you do the pictures so we don't have to. So.
I have dealt with scaling icy rock faces to tripod myself over a river so I could get pictures of eagles. I have helped track down and deal with poacher dump sites, and I have seen some really horrific shit people have done to animals. And that stuff, finding those will haunt you. And you will find them if you're out in the woods and you're out with nature doing this much. It is gut-wrenching. And that's why I tell people that it is one of the best and worst jobs in the world. But what it isn't is an easy job.
No, I got kind of stuck with this model through a mix-up on eBay. Okay, I'm going to do something with it.
That said, I probably should get going. It's almost 3, and I still have to run my errands today.
Yeah.
I kind of been being kind of lazy today.
Yeah.
I'm still sick.
I
hate being sick.
Yeah.
This is where I will tell people, you want to sit here and comment on illnesses. I started getting sick, and I'm sitting there going, please be COVID. I'm not as sick as long when I get that. When I get colds or flus, I always get secondary issues in my lungs that always last for weeks to months. When I get COVID, I'm better in 10 days. I'm sitting there going, COVID. No, fuck. And I know a lot of people would think that that's crazy, right?
Now, I've already talked to JT Graphics about doing decals for this thing. It's like, the tricky thing is going to be this side one because there's a ledge right there on the edge there where it goes in rather sharply. So I'm going to have to account for that somehow.
Well, I'm going to sneak out of here and run away. I mean, because I do have to get some errands done. pretty soon here.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you guys to stay out of trouble and not do anything that will get you in trouble.
Well, we'll see about that.
And if you do anything that gets you in trouble, record it so I can blackmail you with it later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
No,
I'm lazy. Or the joke.
I'm old school. It's like everything I did. It's like before the internet, so like there's no evidence. Okay.
I had this digital pen pal for years over in Ireland. And one day he sent me one. He said, "This is just so you understand that." It said, "Hi, you've been hit by the Irish hacker. This is what you do. Since Ireland is at the biggest forefront of technology in the world, go through your computer manually and delete everything on it, and then pass this on to 10 of your friends. Thanks so much, Patio Hacker." I was like, oh, dear God. This is the same guy who sent me a message one day. You know, we Irish have a reputation for liking to drink and start fights. And it makes me so fucking mad. I want to go down to the pub and punch somebody. And I'm sitting there going, really? Really? We have a reputation for being drunk fighters. I want to go down to the pub and beat somebody up for it. I mean, it's like, what the fuck?
Okay.
But I'll talk to you guys later. Here, before you go, I'll let you say bye-bye to the panther. Oh, here's the boy. Isn't he a big cutie? Isn't he a sweetie?
Who's a good boy?
Yeah.
Who's your good boy? Who's your good boy? Who's your good boy?
This is the thing. For all the crap black cats go through, they're actually the more docile and affectionate breeds.
Oh, yeah.
They're
I like
actually some of the
black cats.
sweetest kitties.
I've had a few black cats in my time.
Same. I've had a couple
Our
black
first
cats.
one, Blackie, you know, I don't know where we come up with that name. He was the runt of he had normal sized body, but his legs were stunted.
Oh.
And he had an attitude. And there was one point he got in a fight with somebody, so he got basically big, you know, a hole in his head for a while there. So he was so doped up on painkillers. Got back from the vet. It's like the mom said, it's like the horse and cat Baloo.
If you want to end this video, there is a clip I want to play for you before I leave.
Okay. Do we wrap it up first and then play it off? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, so we will talk at you later, kids.
All right.
And we're almost up. I'm wrapping up,